League this late in the season for the first time since July of '91, facing the Rockies. Lefty against lefty. Sean Green off Mike Hampton. Green 13 for 20 lifetime against Hampton with 3 home runs. That's his 23rd this season, 21st in the last 30 games. Top second, pitcher against pitcher. That's not a pretty pitcher. Mike Hampton off of Sheehy, his 2nd homer of the year, 9th of his career. Hampton, one of 4 active pitchers with 100 career hits. He has 121, including 12 this season. Bottom 4. Mike Hampton gets a quick comebacker from Green. Hampton came in 1-7 on the road, but he was strong. Bottom 6, 3-1 score. Tying run, Sean Green at the plate. Bouncer to Brett Butler, 4-6-3 double play. Rockies win 4-1. Green finished 1 for 3. He's hitting .290. So, with the Dodgers loss, the Braves take over the best record in the National League by half a game over Los Angeles. Rockies get their 5th straight win. The previous 3 went to extra innings. Jose Jimenez gets 3 outs in the 9th for his 20th save this season, his 61st save overall.
Facing John Thompson and the Rockies.
Well, if you take slugging and on base against, Odalis Perez is the 2nd best pitcher in baseball behind Derek Lowe. Look at that. Larry Walker hanging in there before. He's got the curveball, the changeup, and they're both swing and miss pitches.
He's come a long way, that guy. John Thompson on the mound, LaDuca. Straightaway center field, and it is not coming back. 1-0 Dodgers. Top 3, same score. Strong like bull. Bobby Escalera rips one in the right. Sean Green. All right, that ball had some movement on it. Top 6, 1-0.
Sometimes you got to sit down and get it.
Exactly. Juan Pierre to the chopper to short. Cesar Izturis. You got to fire it over there, and he gets some.
That is a great play.
And how about this play? Escalera trying to go to 3rd. He's out. Bottom 6, 1 on. Eric Karros. That is not returning. 2-run shot, his 8th of the year. Stand clear for the first place Dodgers. Pitching and some timely hitting in the 8th. Juan Uribe. Sean. They are dialed in. Perez a 1-hitter through 8th. It's 4-zip. Are you down with OP?
Wow.
Odalis Perez. Complete game, 1-hit shutout.
I think one can argue that the most significant trade for one team was Odalis Perez coming over to the Dodgers.
Well, that's
Brian Jordan is brought energy. Gary Sheffield's a great player,
big,
but it's hard to get a #1 starter.
No, it's a great argument. I mean, there's really no argument.
L.A. is 19-7 in their last 26. The loss snaps a 5-game win streak. Now 3-8 against L.A. this year are the Colorado Rockies. Big story there.
Dodgers in Los Angeles on this same day in 1995. Hideo Nomo, the first Japanese player picked for baseball's All-Star game. Top of the 2nd, 2 outs. He gets Greg Norton with the splitter in this one. Cade 4 in his first 3 innings with no hits. Bottom of the 4th, scoreless, but Sean Green takes Sean Chacon deep and out to center field. 24th of the year for Green. The Dodgers go up 2-zip. Bottom of the 5th now tied at 2. Runner on 2nd for Nomo. And he comes through his first hit and first RBI of the year. Alex Cora scores. The Dodgers lead 3-2. On to the top of the 7th, 2 out, 1 on. Nomo gets Juan Uribe and a check swing strikeout. 7 innings, 2 hits, 8 Ks for Nomo. He picks up his 8th win of the season. Dodgers take it 5-3. Uribe had a long night. He was 0 for 3, struck out all 3 times. He came to the plate for the Rocks. Nomo now is unbeaten in his last 8 starts, 6-0 during that span. Sean Green with 24 home runs, has 21 of them since May 21st, most in the bigs, 10 more than the #2 guy.
Dodgers Thursday night, bottom 1st, Sean Green against Denny Nagel later.
That's a shock.
25th of the season, 22nd homer in 34 games. 3rd in his last 3 days. Helping out Omar Dahl, working in the 3rd inning against Gary Bennett. That's a fly out to center field, 1 pitch, 1 out. That's very efficient, economic, if you will. Next up, Denny Nagel, first pitch, strike 1, 2nd pitch, ground ball. That's 2 outs on 3 pitches. Juan Pierre next up, first pitch to him, strike 1, 2nd pitch to Pierre. That's a lineout. 5 pitches, 3 outs.
Throw strikes, change speeds. This guy's throwing 80 miles an hour and getting people out regularly.
Bottom 4th, Brian Jordan. High, deep, gone. All those things, 12th of the year. 4-0 L.A. Next up, Marquise Grissom. Marquise Grissom is just muscled up.
Go down and get it.
Nagel lasted just 4 innings, only gone 7+ innings in 3 of his 16 starts this year, and the Dodgers win it 7-1. They've now won 8 of 9. It's their 9th straight series win. Paul LaDuca 2 for 5, a couple of RBI. BJ got his 12th.
Los Angeles 11-4 in interleague play this season. Bottom 4, Troy Glaus ties the game at 3. The first of back-to-back home runs for Anaheim. Top 6, Dodgers down 5-4. Dennis Cook facing Alex Cora. He hits the ball over Tim Salmon's head. Then we will have ourselves a crazy play. Adam Kennedy will relay the ball to the dish. Airmails the catcher, but Dennis Cook is covering the plate. Top 8, tied at 5, Scott Shields facing Mark Grudzielanek. Miscommunication. It never pays off. A force is recorded, but the Dodgers take the lead 6-5. Eric Gagne gets Darren Erstad, who represented the tying run at the plate. Dodgers get game 1 of the series, 7-5. Gagne gets 4 outs. He's converted 19 straight saves. He leads the majors with 29 saves this season. He has 40 Ks, no walks in his last 24 appearances. His 29 saves this season, the 6th most for a single season in team history.
Scores David Eckstein. Salmon 3 for 4 in the game. Drives in 3. Angels up 1-zip. Still in the first. Scott Spezio right center. Dave Roberts. Sean Green. I got it. You got it. Who's got it? Oh, boy. Roberts made the catch, and neither player was injured, thankfully. Watch that. Again, as Roberts was able to hang on. Bottom 3, Troy Glaus. 3-0 pitch. Given the green light. Base hit. Salmon comes in, and the Angels are up by the score of 2-0. Next man up, Scott Spezio off the hands, and it gets through there. Garrett Anderson coming in. Anaheim's up by the score of 3-0. Bottom 4, Ishii struggling. Darren Erstad, infield single. Tim Salmon walks. And then Garrett Anderson, with 1 out, will fly out, but it's deep enough to score the runner from third. So Anaheim's up by the score of 4-0. Next man up is Troy Glaus. He's walked, loads the bases. Ishii gives up 3 earned runs in 3 2/3. Aaron Seeley, in the meantime, cruising. Gets Dave Roberts, ring him up, sit him down. And then Jeff Rebele as Seeley strikes out 5. A complete game and a shutout. His 8th career shutout against the Dodgers, as Anaheim wins it by the score of 7-0. Salmon has 10 hits and 6 RBIs in his last 5 games. Darren Erstad 3 for 5, scores twice. 149 interleague hits, most by any player.
Team in baseball, and they don't go south against southpaws. Anaheim is 15-6 against left-handed starters. Only the Dodgers have more wins against lefties. Of course, they don't have to face Odalis Perez. The Angels do. This lefty has won 5 straight. He's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 12 of his 16 starts. Tuesday, he twirled his second one-hitter of the season, joining Orel Hershiser, the only Dodgers to do that. Aaron Seeley threw a 3-hitter Saturday. Anaheim throttled L.A. 7-0. But on Sunday, it was Benji Gill throttling Odalis Perez. Get out of town, a 3-run shot. Gill's first of the year, and it's 5-0 Halos. Dave Hanson against John Lackey. Lines to second. Ball bounces off Jose Nieves' head, then into his mitt for a catch. Quick head, quick hands. The Angels win 5-1. For Los Angeles, was their 3rd loss in the last 12 games. Lackey goes 6 innings, 1 earned run in his second. Not because he's faced Randy Johnson more than any other lefty without homering. Green wasn't even in the starting lineup. Jam thumb, he also missed Sunday's game against the Angels. Dodgers and Diamondbacks, and Randy Johnson, 8 strikeouts shy of passing Don Sutton for 6th on the all-time strikeout list. You can see Don Sutton back in the Atlanta broadcast booth, by the way. Top of the first, facing Paul LaDuca, Major League best 81 straight plate appearances without striking out. Battled back to get it to 2-2. Didn't strike out. Grounds to short. 1-2-3 inning for Randy Johnson. Here's Hideo Nomo, unbeaten in his last 8 starts. A win versus Arizona would match a career-high 9 before the All-Star break. Nomo facing, speaking of All-Stars, here's Luis Gonzalez. Nomo takes his time. Then gets Gonzalez swing. Top of the second, we're scoreless. Marquise Grissom, 3 for 5 with 3 home runs this year against the unit. Not this time. Randy gets him. Bottom of the fourth, scoreless, 2 on and 1 down. Steve Finley to Chopper to Jeffrey Boulay. And they turn the 4-6-3 double play. Top of the fifth, 1 on, 2 out. Nomo 1 for 25 at the plate. You saw the awful swing on the 3-1. This is not supposed to happen. Off the Randy Johnson fastball, he connects. Adrian Beltre scores. It's an RBI double. Both of Nomo's hits this season have been doubles. Izturis is the next batter. First pitch he sees, hits it to center. Finley the bobble, and here's Nomo showing off the wheels. Izturis' 21st RBI of the season, 2-0 LA. And Johnson, as you would expect, disappointing with 6 strikeouts in 7 innings. Top of the 7th, 3-0 LA with third. With runner on third and 2 down. Paul LaDuca the base hit. LaDuca goes 2 for 5, double and an RBI. In comes Eric Gagne, looking for his 30th save. Gagne had 40 strikeouts, no walks his last 24 appearances with 2 on and 2 out against Damian Miller. Gets him the fly out deep at a warning track in right to pick up that 30th save. Randy Johnson suffers his first loss in his last 10 starts against LA. The Dodgers have won each of Hideo Nomo's last 9 starts. Nomo picking up 7 wins over that stretch. The Dodgers overall now have won 10 of 13. This is an impressive shutout on the road.
This is our showcase highlight. We've got Paul LaDuca in the top of the first. Hello and goodbye. Rick Helling taken out. LaDuca's 5th, and the Dodgers quickly off to a 1-0 lead. We moved out of the 6th because, frankly, this game flew along with not much happening until Brian Jordan with 2 on and 2 out. Into the corner. And everything's pretty much normal at this point. You've got some Dave Roberts and Eric Karros coming in to score. When Karros, well then, now here's the problem. Ball gets away from Damian Miller. Rick Helling covering home. Here comes Brian Jordan. Mom, I got a home run! Jordan goes over the top. Helling looks like he sort of takes umbrage. Is he upset? He kind of twisted his ankle. You see it bend beneath him. It's 4-0 Dodgers. Now, the ankle causes a problem on the next pitch. Adrian Beltre gets hit right in the back. He wants to go after the mound, but Helling, he's hurt his ankle. Both benches clear. Oh, his ankle is hurt. I understand now. So there's no fighting, which is nice. But it's not good for Helling. He has to leave the ball game. Trouble with the ankle. We move now to the top of the 9th. 7-0 Dodgers. Eric Karros. That's gone, and that adds to a record, which we will be talking about a great deal throughout the evening. Dodgers win it again, their 10th shutout this season that leads the National League. Paul LaDuca 2 for 3 in the ballgame. The Dodgers have won 11 of 14. Arizona has lost 4 in a row at home.
Shutout since July of '91. Top of the first, Shawn Green, 411 feet away for a 2-run home run, his 26th of the season and 13th in his last 22 games. Bottom of the 6th, Quentin McCracken pops it up foul to the left side. Look at Paul LaDuca into the camera bay. Well worth another look. LaDuca making up for an 0 for 3 day. Bottom 8, Quentin McCracken not going to pop out in foul territory this time. Off of Eric Gagne. 2 runs come in to score. McCracken races all the way to third with a triple, his 6th of the year. That's tied for 2nd in the National League. And the D-backs rally for 3 in the 8th and win at 5-3. So they trail LA by only 2.5 games in the NL West. First loss of the season for the Dodgers when leading after 7 innings. They were 45-0. Eric Gagne with his 2nd blown save and 32 chances this season. That snaps a streak of 20 straight saves. Giants and Rockies combined for 10 of the NL's 32 home runs Tuesday.
NL West leading Dodgers against the NL Central leading Cards. Top first, no score. Shawn Green goes down against Travis Smith. Green struck out twice. Paul LaDuca beats the snap throw. Jim Edmonds against Ishii. Bottom first. There's a score now, number 17 for Edmonds this season. His 3rd in 4 games, 1-0 St. Louis. Top 3, 2 on. Smith facing Green again. Making his 2nd start since being recalled from the minors June 27th. Smith allowed 1 run on 7 hits. Bottom 4, Ishii facing Albert Pujols. Pujols hits his team-high 19th homer this season, his third homer in 4 games. In the last 26 games, he has 8 homers and 27 RBI. Top 9, 3-2 cards, runner on third, Jason Isringhausen facing LaDuca. LaDuca, line drive, Eli Marrero is there. Izzy gets his 19th save, 5th of the homestand. Cards win 3-2. The Dodgers out-hit the Cards in the game 11-5. LA stranded 5 runners in the first 4 innings, stranded 8 runners overall. LaDuca was 3 for 5. He's 17 for 38 with 8 multi-hit games in his last 10 contests.
D-backs again today, 2.5 back of LA. Giants 4th-place teams in St. Louis. Dodgers, Cards. The Cards gave Matt Morris a nice lead, but in the 6th, he lost it. Dave Roberts singles past Vigna. Alex Cora scores. 6-5. LA leads. Okay, bottom 9. Still 6-5. Bases loaded. Nobody out for the Cardinals, but Polanco to Gagne. 1-2-3 double play. Next batter, Jim Edmonds. Winning run, still on second base. Gagne delivers. What Jacoby Shaddix is to Papa Roach, Eric Gagne is to the Dodgers. He got himself in trouble, but the former goalie, growing up in Canada, did what goalies do. He made the save. Save number 31 for Gagne. The Major League record for saves in a season is 57 by Bobby Thigpen, set in 1990. Set up. 2 excellent hitting teams, D-backs and Giants.
Division leaders, bottom 8 tied at 1. Eli Marrero.
And there's a drop.
Out of there, Giovanni Carrara, who had allowed just 1 earned run in his previous 13 2/3. Marrero's 8th. He was 2 for 4. Cards up 2-1. Top 9. Same score. Jason Isringhausen on the close, but Eric Karros has closed this all the way to the wall. Paul LaDuca coming home. He scored twice. He went 2 for 2 in the ball game. Karros 2 for 4. Ball game tied at 2. Top of the 11th. Bases loaded. Steve Klein on the pitch for the Cards. Jeff Rebel able to fly a ball. Looks like Mikel Cairo has got it. No, he doesn't. And the run scores. Dodgers going to win it 4-2. Cairo got charged with an error on the play, but Klein took the blame. He said, I choked. I get paid to get lefties, and I didn't get them. There was plenty of blame to go around. Isringhausen's blown save was his 3rd in 6 games. Eric Gagne with his 32nd save in 34 chances.
The Bruce Kim era begins for the Cubs as he takes over for Don Baylor. Cubs
finally done, but first, division leaders head-to-head. A bunch of good series going on to wrap up the first half of the season. Let's start with the National League, the Dodgers and the Cardinals, the division-leading teams head-to-head. And Tony La Russa starting 1 through 5 hitters. We're 0 for 20 on Saturday. Eduardo Perez going to change things up. A cleanup hitter in the first inning. Puts that out, a 3-run shot off Omar Dow. Other way now, Dave Roberts. Jeff, better than most people think.
Well, you're down 4-1 as a leadoff hitter. You got to do whatever you can to get on base or get a run in. Right there, Dave Roberts lays down a drag bunt, gets the run in, and gets himself on first. That's a great play. The only place that he has to go, Eduardo has to go, is home, and doesn't make the play.
Let's go to the 3rd inning now. Mike Crudale pitching for the Cardinals. Now what's this? Does that ever help? The rosin on the head?
Must be a Steve Klein hat day thing.
Could be. 4-3 bases loaded. Dave Roberts base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Dave Roberts is on base up around 370. One of the league leaders in stolen bases. Very valuable guy. Good leadoff man. It's 5-4 Dodgers. But Placido Polanco, the number 2 hitter. And we talked about the drought on Saturday. Has an RBI there, and it's 6-5 St. Louis. Same inning, 2 on for Albert Pujols, the number 3 hitter. That's going to do some damage. 3-run shot, 21st of the year for Pujols. 9-5 Cardinals. Bottom of the 6th, 2 on. Pujols again. Not going to the All-Star game, but there's no disappointment in his follow-up year.
Well, the Cardinals came out today and played with some passion and some enthusiasm. They put some major runs on the board against an outstanding pitching staff.
Pujols was 3 for 5 in the game. Placido Polanco do a little better than that. 5 for 5. Top of the St. Louis order coming through big. The 1 through 5 hitters, by the way, 9 for 18 with 9 RBIs. That sounds a lot better. 12-6 the final. It was the 63rd different lineup used by Tony La Russa in their 85 games. Placido Polanco
going to start in L.A. for the NL West's very best. And Odalis Perez last seen screaming wildly for every Sammy Sosa homer here. Excited that Brian Jordan's got his back. He was 5, he was a fly ball. Nothing doing. Kobe, you know something about Jordan playing D. This Jordan, who stripped him. Kobe got the last laugh in that one. Young wonder boy. Top 1, 2 on, 2 out. Perez facing Matt Williams in his first start of the season, looking for his first hit of the season. And Jordan again. No, sir. What a grab. What a first inning. Still 8 innings to go, reminiscent of another Jordan D. Checking IDs. Son, you can't come to the club. Bottom 4, 2 on, 2 out. Curt Schilling facing Mark Russellonic. To Junior Spivey, and Spivey lets the ball play him. An error, and it is 1-0 home team. One Love, Bob Marley song. Redemption song, also a Bob Marley song. And it's all about redemption for Spivey. Up and out, tie ball game. And this is the first home run for the D-backs in 76 2/3 innings. 2 batters later, 1 on, 2 outs. Perez facing Greg Colburn. This is their first home run in 2 batters. Get off me, ball! Colburn smacks it high into the LA air. First multi-homer game for the D-backs in 21 games. Bottom 6, 3-1, D-backs, Schilling. Looking for win number 15, just filthy. Sits down, Shawn Green, nasty splitter. Bottom 8, Eric Karros facing the craziest man in baseball. We all know who that is. It's Mike Fetters, and that's a 6-3 double play, and watch Fetters. Look at Fetters. Psyched. Woo! Woo! Love him. Schilling, a little more calm, and he is baseball's first 15-game winner. BK Kim gets a 1-2-3 ninth for his 24th save. LA's first 3-game losing streak since the first 3 games of the year. Schilling is 9-0 on the road, the first pitcher to do that in the National League since 1995 when Greg Maddux did it. Schilling, he's good everywhere, and he's suffocating at Chavez Ravine, his 193 batting average against, lowest among active pitchers with a minimum of 10 starts. With a win Friday, Schilling improves to 7-2 there.
Dodgers at the start of the day. L.A. in first place. Byung-Hyun Kim asleep in the clubhouse.
Curt Schilling told me he sleeps more than any man on the face of the earth. He fell asleep in the bullpen bathroom last year. And that was Henry Winkler. Sorry about that, Fonz. I spoke through you.
Fonz was there. Here, David DeLucci puts one out on Andy Ashby, made it 4-2. Dodgers here in the 6th. They could have gotten a better break. Steve Finley steals. He's up the tag. Cesar Izturis. You know what? He turns out Izturis was right. He tagged him out. Jim Tracy said he should be out, and he got it tossed out.
His foot came off the bag. Izturis tagged him out. This is Jim Tracy's first ejection of the year. Second in 2 years. He didn't argue a big call here 2 nights ago, and I'm sure he's getting a little frustrated with the way the Diamondbacks are playing so well here, and he went out and gave it his piece.
He was right both times, Tim. I mean, you could see it. Terry Mulholland comes on. Rod Barajas punishes. 2-run shot, 7-2 Diamondbacks in the 7th inning. Here in Boca Chica, pinch hitting against Brian Anderson. That's a 2-run shot, his 4th of the year. Dodgers get a little closer at 7-5, bottom of the 9th. Byung-Hyun Kim, now he's awake, facing Alex Cora. Well, you know what? He slept too late. Hits him. You don't want that. 2 men later, Izturis. Other way, base hit. That's with 2 outs. Tying run is on first. Paul LaDuca is next. This is a dangerous batter. He's got good numbers. LaDuca. Other way, ground ball. Mark Grace. Very good fielding first baseman, and it's over. Arizona has taken the first 3 in the series. The Diamondbacks take first place by a half game and go for a sweep on Sunday Night Baseball.
And in this series, that Diamondback bullpen, 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs. Very impressive. Plus, they pulled off a successful double steal in the first inning of this game, the Diamondbacks did. That's the first one this year for them. They only had 2.
One tie against the American League. Very, very clever by you. But Bob Brenly would have to put up with Kaz Ishii looking for his 12th win of the season. Top 1, scoreless. Ishii against Matt Williams. Made his comeback over the weekend. Eric Karros on the edge of the dugout. Ishii out of an early jam. Bottom 4, still no score. Miguel Batista against Karros. Infield knock. And the bases are loaded. Next batter is Adrian Beltre. Deep but playable. Quentin McCracken with the grab. Shawn Green will tag and score to break the seal. 1-0 L.A. Next batter is Mark Grudzielanek with 2 on, 1 out. And the shortstop to the shortstop. The 6-4-3 double play. Top 5, 1-0 L.A. Ishii facing Tony Womack. How about the break-it ball? Top 7, 2-0 L.A. Nobody on, 1 out. Ishii against Jose Guillen. Shawn Green trying to keep it in the ballpark at the 360 mark. right in front of his face on the wall. Nice play by Green, top 8, 2-0 LA. 2 on, 2 outs. Guillermo Mota to face Greg Colbran. Pops him up. Ends the inning. A big pitch by Mota. Got interesting in the 9th with 1 out. Eric Gagne to Matt Williams. It's deep, and it is not playable. First on the year for Matt. 2-1 LA. 2 outs. Gagne trying to nail down the save. Facing Tony Womack. Looking for his 33rd save and getting a little help from Alex Cora. 2-1 the final. Dodgers avoid the 4-game sweep, move back into first place. A half game in front of the Diamondbacks. Ishii, career-high 7 2/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs. Snaps a personal 3-game losing streak that prevented him from making the All-Star team. The loss snaps Arizona's 5-game road winning streak. Let's go back to the ballpark. Here's John and Joe with Paul Lo Duca, guys.
Paul Lo Duca, you drove in what proved to be the game-winning run back in the 5th inning. And a tough pitch. You broke your bat. Tell us about the hit.
Well, you know, the previous 3 games I've been struggling a little bit. I haven't been swinging the bat that bad. It seemed like I've been hitting the ball right at guys. So I got a little haircut today, try to change my luck and try to hit them where they ain't. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
You know, I was watching Ishii today. Was his curveball as quick as it normally is?
He usually throws a slower curveball for a strike, and then the slider just a little quicker. But we stayed away from the curveball today and threw his slider more for a strike and instead of an out pitch.
All right, good.
All right, now, Ishii, I mean, how good was he tonight?
Oh, I tell you, this was a huge game, especially with the circumstances. And he was throwing hard tonight. I mean, he was throwing 93, 94 a couple pitches, and he really came out smoking tonight. Had a good split finger early. Throwing his breaking ball for a strike, fastball whenever he wanted to, and elevating it 2 with 2 strikes, and he threw the ball phenomenal.
I talked to Tracy today before the ballgame. He said, you guys have a year's experience. Can you feel like you're more in a pennant race this year going down the second half, that you're more experienced and ready to handle anything that comes forward?
I think so. I think we've had a couple guys that have been there before, and I think last year, you know, we got a taste of it. We were only 6 games behind these guys last year, and we had a lot of injuries, but we were in it all the way till the end. And you know, the last 3 games we got beat up a little bit, but you know, the mood in the clubhouse was the same. We were loose today, happy, and I really feel this team is gelling and coming together at the right time.
All right, Paul Lo Duca, the game-winning hit. Congratulations. Thanks for being with us. Go back to the studio.
John and Joe, thanks. Statistically, there hasn't been much of a difference in Ishii's performance last year in Japan compared to his rookie season in the major leagues. 12-6, 3.39 ERA last season overseas, and now 12-5 with a 3.32 ERA in his first campaign with the Dodgers. Rick?
He said, Ishii said. I like that. Giants completely.
Gain some more ground here. Holy shnikey, look at Jimmy Edmonds. Deep to right and gone. The Dodgers trying to extend their lead to a game and a half with that D-back loss. However, they're down 2-0. Brian Jordan bouncing to Travis Smith. Dave Roberts out at home. Adrian Beltre swinging for the fences. Rick Sutcliffe.
That's what every swing by Adrian Beltre right now looks like. He's trying to hit a home run. And you don't try to hit a homer. Pitchers make mistakes, and then you hit home runs.
Why are we paying Sutcliffe $6 an hour? Beltre trying to hit a home run, and he hits a home run. Dodgers down 4-2. Watch it again. Pujols is right there. He has it. Oh, go left. I cannot get left. Later in the 6th, Mike Matthews facing Dave Roberts. Look out. Cesar Archeras comes home, and here comes Jim Edmonds. That's an outfield assist, and that's his 8th of the year. Watch it again. Mike DeFelice. Great job blocking the plate with the shin guard. Makes the tag. Cards out of the inning. 4-2, 8th. Tino Martinez, Dave Roberts. Looked like he trapped that the way his glove was pointed, but he actually caught the ball. Replay show that. Bottom 9. 2 on, 1 out. Lo Duca, the winning run. But look at Jason Isringhausen. Great scoop, Tino. So here's the dealio. NL West standings. LA stays in first. Despite the loss, half game better than Arizona, while the Giants have pulled to within a game and a half of first. A great race in the West. St. Louis, 24 home runs their last 13 games. They've won 3 straight, 8 of 11 games over 500 for the second time this season. Dodgers going the other way.
L.A. has lost 5 of their last 6 games.
Dodgers clinging to first. Hideo Nomo and Chad Kruger talking strategy. Also before the game, Jim Edmonds talking strategy with Tony La Russa. Good strategizing video. And then Edmonds can't check the swing. Goes down there in the first, goes down in the fourth as well. In the sixth, look at how Kruger's holding the glove. The international sign for a splitter. Edmonds over the top of that one. 3 Ks and 3 at-bats against Nomo. For good measure, struck out a 4th time against Jesse Orozco. Same setup from Kruger earlier in the game. Glove facing up. Lucido Polanco can't get it. Nomo struck out 8. Bottom 5 tied at 2. Shawn Green looking for his 28th homer. Going to be hauled down by Edmonds up against the wall. Top 7, 2 on. Still 2-2. Nomo didn't walk a batter, but his control off there. Throws wide to third. Edgar Renteria scores. Here comes Eli Marrero. Cards take a 4-2 lead. Bottom 7 is 5-2. Steve Klein. And his grimy hat. You get Marquise Grissom to ground to Fernando Vina. That's a 463. And the Cards get out of it. To the top of the 8th we go. Renteria. 4 for 4 on the day. The shot into left. Albert Pujols scores. Renteria with a couple ribs. 6-2 Cards. Bottom 8, it's 9-2. Green bidding for that home run. It's elusive. Pujols at the wall, hauls it down. Green 0 for 4 with 2 warning track outs. As the Dodgers lose 9-2. The Cardinals have won 4 in a row. The Dodgers not so much. That team has dropped 6 of 7 and dropped into second in the NL West, a half game back of Arizona. Nomo loses for the first time in over 2 months. Andy Benes was asked to retire by the Cards in April. Tuesday, he was asked to start, and he did, going 4, allowing 2 runs.
Top of third. 2-zip fathers. Brett Tomko against Paul Lo Duca with 2 on and 2 out. Ron Gant, I want you on that wall. I need you on that wall. Just out of his reach. Lo Duca's 6th. First Dodger home run in 6 games. Top of 7, Jeremy Ficach against Alex Cora. He bunts. Phil Nevin fields, and Dave Roberts scores on Nevin's 2nd error of the game. Dodgers retake the lead 7-6. Eric Gagne, who else to close it out, gets Trinidad Hubbard, then Davy Cruz. They're giving up a single. He gets Eugene Kingsale to end it, strikes out the side in the 9th to pick up his 35th save in 37 chances. Los Angeles snaps a 4-game losing skid to the Padres. Karros 1 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. Meanwhile, for the Padres, they pick up a home run from Ron Gant. He was 3 for 5, had 2 RBI in this one.
Jones, sunshine. Bobby Jones pitching, first batter of the game. Dave Roberts laying one down. Who needs a leadoff homer when you have a leadoff bunt? He's in there safe, but back at the mound. Whoops. Jones wiped out coming down. Trainer comes out. He's fine. Got to watch out. Bunts can wreak a lot of havoc. And Brian Jordan in the 7th gets him off the back. Little ricochet job. He's safe. Jones, okay again. Could be a hockey player. Next batter, Mark James Grudzielanek. You get in this house right now. 6-4-3 double play. Bottom 7, Jones at the plate. Kazi Sheehy gives up a single to Jones. All's well for him. Sheehy leaves down 2-zip after 6 1/3. Guillermo Mota takes his place out of the pen. Is it too late to get Sheehy back? Was Mota facing Julius Matos with a full count, ball 4. Next batter, Phil Nevin. 95 miles an hour, turned around the other way, will go a long way. Mota gives up a home run at Nevin, his 8th. Padres lead at 5-0. Next batter, Ryan Klesko. Mota giving the gun a workout. This one, 97. Throws it fast, just the aim's a little off, and then to Ron Gant. It's 101, and Gant just destroys it. His 10th of the year. Padres go up 7-0. Mota faced 4 batters and didn't retire any of them. Padres retired the Dodgers 8-0. LA shutout 11th time this season, ties the Major League lead with the Royals and Devil Rays. Dodgers have lost 5 straight series now. Ronnie Gant doing well, 7 for 13, 6 RBI, 5 runs scored.
Jackson. Dodgers or Giants. Tyler Houston making his Dodger debut, top of the 1st with 2 on. Houston, yeah. Tom Gooden can't get there. Houston knocks in 2. LA up by a deuce. Houston with a triple. Bottom of the 1st, Giants down 3-1, but here comes Jeff Kent. He's a player for life. Rocks Hideo Nomo, his 17th homer of the season. Giants cut it to 3-2, but did you forget about Tyler Houston? Tyler, welcome to the party. Bases loaded. Rich Aurelia stops it, but can't stop anybody. So Paul Lo Duca scores. It's an infield hit for Tyler. 4-2 LA. Base is still loaded, and next batter, Adrian Beltre, and he does something about it. The fly to right center, and that's trouble. It's a 3-run triple for Beltre. Dodgers push the lead to 7-2, and time to say goodnight now. In the bottom of the third, just the third inning, Ramon Martinez lines one to left for Brian Jordan, and that's tasty loving. The sliding catch by Jordan, and we're not done with Tyler Houston. In the top of the fifth, 10-3 Dodgers. Houston 3 for 3. Oh, my bad, you're 4 for 4. Tyler Houston, his fourth hit, his 4th RBI. How about the Hollywood Swingers? They roll 11-6. Tyler Houston becomes the first player in 25 years with 4 hits in his Dodgers debut. Meanwhile, Adrian Beltre, 4 RBI. They are a season high.
Don't re-injure the hammy. Working out. Top 1, Paul Lo Duca. Pedro Feliz. Great play, ends the inning. Bottom 1, Omar Dahl, winless in his last 3 starts. Look good today. Sean Dunston, down he goes. Next man up, Rich Aurelia, and that ends the inning.
The variety of pitches from Omar Dahl. Fastball at 84 miles an hour, and then the nasty curveball.
Tyler Houston, big game in his debut for the Dodgers. How about today? Tom Goodwin, no outs, and he misses the cutoff man. That's a mistake. Sean Green to third, Lo Duca to second.
And Tom Goodwin knows better than this. You got to keep the guy off second base. Comes up, trying to make the throw to third base. Not the best arm in the world, but if you hit the cutoff man or didn't concede that run, you still have the double play in order.
Next man up now. Chopper to third, Marquise Grissom. Feliz bobbles. Grissom is safe. Green comes in, 1-0 Dodgers. 2 batters after that. Cesar Izturis off the knee of Hernandez. Feliz fields to first. Izturis beats it. Lo Duca coming in. 2-0 LA. Bottom 5, still 2-0 the score. Dahl in command. Feliz to Izturis. 6-4-3 double play. Dahl has a no-no through 5. Bottom 6, so the first man up. Torrealba here, ripping the double to right center. He went 1 for 3 in the game, getting playing time because all 4 of the Giants' top outfielders out with injuries. 2 batters later, runners on the corners. And it's a double play, but the run scores. Cuts the lead to 2-1. Top 7, 2 on, 2 out. Mark Rudzelanek to right. The right side, David Bell. Call is safe. Jeff Kent getting up to argue. Don't do that. Dahl never stopped. And he's safe at the plate.
Good hustle by Omar Dahl. Jeff Kent wants to know, saying, look, I thought my foot was still on the bag. Here's the replay. You see him lunge after it. Looks awfully close, like Jeff Kent did a great job of keeping that foot on there. Better replay. I don't know. Well, Billy, I got to believe that foot's on there.
You think?
Doesn't matter. Umpire called him safe.
Dahl hurt a shin, took a nick there, sliding home, left the game, but combined with 3 relievers on a 4-hitter, Dodgers win at 5-1. 3 hits for Adrian Beltre and Lo Duca. Giants, as I mentioned, nicked up with those 4 outfielders all out, including Bond. Same with the catcher Benito Santiago. So the standings in the NL West, we got the D-backs victorious. LA 4 games back. San Francisco now 6 games off the pace.
D-backs Giants bottom first. Giants trail 1-0 man on for Jeff Kent. How you doing? His 18th off at Andy Ashby's, batting .332 on the year, 62 RBI, and San Francisco's on top 2-1. That was enough for Jason Schmidt. He K's Brian Jordan, then Adrian Beltre, Sean Green. See ya. Schmidt K 10 in 7 innings. In the 9th, it's Rob Nen time, and just like Schmidt, he gets Brian Jordan, who struck out 3 times. Beltre, he K'd twice, and Mark Grudzielanek struck out 3 times. Then strikes out the side. The 9th gets his 28th save, and the Giants win 3-1. They snap a 3-game slide, finish the homestand just 2-5. Couple deals made on Sunday. Paul Shuey was traded to the Dodgers for 3 pitchers, including Terry Mulholland. And the Giants picked up Kenny Lofton for their banged-up outfield.
Suisa Ishii looking for his 13th win of the year, but he's been struggling. Look out. Mike Lieberthal, 2-run shot. Only has 8 on the year. Makes it a 3-2 ball game. Other side, Joe Roa is on the hill facing Sean Green. Joe Roa was 14-0 in AAA with a 1.86 ERA.
Yeah, this is a different story. That's Sean Green, and out it goes.
Sean Green was not playing in the International League at the time.
Those are good AAA numbers, aren't they?
Yeah.
And now here, Lieberthal. Again, Lieberthal, 2-run shot off Ishii.
Well, Mike Lieberthal tore his MCL and his ACL last year and is just really getting back. He hadn't had a 2-homer game since June of 2000.
Adrian Beltre to left field. Pat Burrell on the run, and nicely done.
There's been talk in Philadelphia of moving Pat Burrell to first or to third, but he has really become a good left fielder, and he shows it here.
And then Travis Lee. Foul territory. Beltre is in the stands. Beltre, did he come out with that ball? Look at this play.
Wow. Adrian Beltre getting a little fan-friendlier than he had in mind.
Now watch the Philly fan. I didn't think they did that in Philadelphia.
There's a city of brotherly love now. Come on, Buck.
They're all right. Ricky Leday, pinch hitting. This guy, you know, maybe it's just me, but pinch hitting seems like it's always coming through like that.
3 of them.
9th inning now. Sean Green facing Dan Plesac, 2-2. Check swing. Oh, wait. Usually get punched out. No!
Take a look at the check swing. Boy, he went a long way. Plesac was already headed to the dugout. Next pitch.
Oh! How many times have you seen it? A 2-run shot.
Read those lips.
Oh.
Don't do it.
Wow. And now it looked like they were going to lose 5 out of 6, but they tied up in extra innings here. Eric Karros base hit. One almost scored. Almost scored. Dodgers take an 8-6 lead, and they win it in 12 innings. Jim Tracy said, you know, it came at a time when we really needed it. They were slipping back. This puts them back in. So a big one for the Dodgers. They win it in extra innings. I don't know, Buck, you've been out there calling games for these guys. I know there was a particular incident that you were talking about. You thought it was a key moment, really, for the Dodgers.
Brian, they're in the midst of their toughest road trip of the season. 15 days, 13 games. They're now 5-6. And on Wednesday night in Cincinnati, the Dodgers are really flat. They made 3 errors in the Tuesday game. They were just flat, and it seems as though everybody was just accepting their situation. But first and third, 1 out. Aaron Boone pops the ball up in foul territory, trying to wave it into the seats, and Adrian Beltre catches it. Now watch his reaction. No problem. Oops, there is a problem. Todd Walker's going to second. He had a mental lapse, and Brian Jordan, the left fielder, came in and said, hey, man, we're scuffling. We can't have a mental letdown. He said something to Beltre, and Beltre reacted very positively. 2-2 in the 4th inning, possible double play ball. Beltre legs it out, keeps the rally going. They scored 2. Then later on in the game, on defense, Adrian Beltre goes down the line, over the shoulder pitch, and there's Brian Jordan to the tap on the button and say, hey, that's the way to go, man, good effort. And when a player, a veteran player like Brian Jordan, says something to another player, it really sinks in. A manager, a coach can come out and say, hey, you can't do that. Well, when a player does it, especially a player that's been to the postseason 4 times like Brian Jordan does, it has an impact. That game and the rest of the way on this road trip, Adrian Beltre has really played hard, and it was a wake-up call for the entire team. They have not lost a road trip this year. Now, with 2 more games in Philadelphia, they can keep that record intact.
I was watching that game. It was interesting to see that the whole thing unfold.
The spirit of the team picked up after Jordan said that.
We have an update for you here. Let's get back out to Texas and Boston. Bases are loaded for Manny Ramirez.
Oh, deja vu.
The Giants had a chance to move into a tie with L.A. Dodgers sending Omar Dahl to the hill against his former team.
Well, this is one of the reasons they didn't trade Omar Dahl. I know he was very unhappy early in the season coming out of the bullpen, but he has been tremendous and a great guy to keep on your staff.
79 pitches, 54 strikes. How about Omar Dahl getting into one? 1 for 2 in the game, batting a .115. He'll remember this forever.
Did he do that for you in Arizona?
No, but he was great hit and run guy. I'll tell you one thing about Omar Dahl. He'll keep you in a baseball game, doesn't make any excuses. Keeps a great tempo, will invent a few pitches out there, works fast, you get a lot of good defensive plays behind him. Very intelligent pitcher. Holds himself to a high standard, understands game situations, added a little turn on there, and he will get off the mound. Great play here at second base by Gruzzolani.
Oh, that's the only way he's going to make that play, the bare hand.
Larry didn't think he made the play. 6 pitches in the 3rd, 4 in the 4th, and 5 in the 5th. Top 6, LaDuca up. Brett Meyer's pitch called a strike. What happened?
Why don't you just sit in there and do your job, all right? Don't worry about what I do. Damn it. No, kids. I don't want to hear that from you.
Wow, Dodger bench, a little critical of umpire Chris Guccione. He let him have it. Bottom 6, 1-0. Phillies got the bases loaded.
That was good stuff right there. Go ahead, Chris.
Punch up Mike Lieberthal. Bottom 8, 3-2 LA. 2 on, 2 down. Jay Roll. No. Stairs and strike 3. And there's no joy in Juddville in this one. 4-3, the Dodgers take care of the Phillies. Sean Green, who'd been red hot, threw an 0 for at us. Omar Adal, 2 earned runs after 6 1/3. Brett Myers has another quality outing, 7 innings, 3 earned, but again, the lack of offense. When you see Placido Polanco in the 2-hole go 0 for 5 and Pat Burrow, your cleanup hitter, go 0 for 3, you're probably not going to score a lot of runs. One guy we have seen getting a little warmer since that Tyler Houston acquisition, Adrian Beltre. 10 games, he's got 3 home runs. Remember, they got Houston on July 23rd. He's provided some bench help. Remember, it was Houston's error which cost the Dodgers a game against the Phillies. All right, HR, here's Adrian Beltre. So was it the Houston acquisition, or was this just something that was bound to happen anyway, him getting hot?
Oh, I think it was bound to happen. I mean, this guy really, you look at how he started the season off. He was in the hospital, laid up, and he lost about 20 pounds. You know, it was going to take him a long time to get that strength back and really get into a game flow. He didn't have a spring training. Now he's hitting full stride. And I think if you really watch the way that, if you look at his body size, here he is the first game he came back out of spring training. He even looked weak there. But this is last week. How far he goes to get the ball. This is 15 steps he goes out into the outfield to catch the ball. He's got the range of a shortstop. And you look at, we were talking earlier, Buck said, you know, if I had a chance to get this guy, I would move him to shortstop. What made you think that real quick?
Well, I just think he has great athleticism. He can throw from a lot of different angles. I think.
Okay, that's good.
Good.
He's got great athleticism. He can throw from a lot of different angles. But the other thing is, he can swing the bat. And you put this guy at shortstop, or even at third base. He is a tremendous athlete. But I think the big thing now is he's healthy. He's swinging the bat well. And the Dodgers have found a place in the lineup for him, a steady spot every night, and he's been on fire, no doubt about it.
He's helped offensively. Green has certainly helped out. Dodger bullpen, we know all about Gagne, who's having an MVP-type season. There are other guys out there, though. Are they doing all right?
Well, I think one of the keys for the Dodgers down the stretch here to stay not only in the wild card race but in that divisional race is as you get later in the season, starting pitchers aren't able to go quite as far. They got Kevin Brown coming back. He's not going to probably be able to pitch with 5 or 6 innings early on. You know, if he can come back, he started a rehab. But guys like Paul Quantrill, Jesse Orozco, Carrero, Shuey now they've added, these guys are going to play a big important role as they have already down the stretch here when it keeps them from having to pitch Gagne in that 8th inning. You know, Gagne's in a part of the year where he's never been before either as a closer. And I think it's even more important that Jim Tracy has those guys that can pitch the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning when he has really a starting pitching staff that's not going to pitch a lot of complete games.
I was just curious about what do you do when you get pitchers in a territory they've never been in before?
Well, one thing you got to be careful with young pitchers like a Mark Pryor today was allowed, we'll see a little later, through 135.
Making for a rather unhappy Mr. Met. The Dodgers were in town at Big Shea. Bottom of the 2nd, Hideo Nomo was dealing to Ty Wigginton. Wigginton's 2nd home run of the season. Mets had a 1-0 lead. And Mr. Met, they did earlier. Bottom of the 7th, how about Kevin Brown in relief? His first relief appearance since May 26th. First appearance since May 26th. He walked Vance Wilson, walks Jeremy Burnitz. The next batter, Timo Perez. One of the few bright spots for New York all season. Loops one to left base hit. And things picking up for Mr. Met.
I don't want Lucian. Get away.
I said things picking up. I didn't know he was picking up Linda Cohn.
Yikes.
Top of the 8th, 2-1 Mets. Marquise Grissom off Mark Guthrie. 2-run shot. Dodgers take the lead over the Mets 3-2.
So Carl started drinking a little bit. And then he was going on and on about he and Mrs. Met. I mean, nasty stuff. Nasty.
An ugly reminder. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. Eric Gagne against Jeremy Burnitz. Not much of a contest there. Mr. Met looks like he's been beaten up all season, as have the Mets, who dropped down to 58 and 63. Kevin Brown made just his 4th career relief appearance. He picked up his first win in relief. Mets' 9th straight loss at Shea, longest home skid since '79 when Joe Torre was their manager. Mike Piazza didn't start 4th straight game. MRI confirms he has tendonitis in his left wrist, though he hopes to be in the lineup.
Mo Vaughn facing Odalis Perez, getting Mo fishing. Top 4, Sean Green. So dangerous, especially with men on base. 2 on, off of Pedro Estacio. No doubt, number 36 for Green. Dodgers have an 8-0 lead, and Perez on the mound for LA was cruising. Bottom Down 4, Ray Ordonez. Put to the test. Down the line, opposite way, but there is Mr. Green. Perez would be perfect through 4. Bottom 5, John Valentin trying to break it up. Into center this goes, but Dave Roberts couldn't care less. Great catch. O'Dallas staying perfect through 5. 3-2 count. Perez against Ordonez. Check swing, draws the walk. Perfect game is over. Oh, well, O'Dallas, perfect game is over. Jim Tracy can't believe this call. We need a do-over. Did Ordonez check his swing? It's dicey. Next pitch. There goes the no-hitter. Mike Piazza with a moonshot. Piazza breaks up the no-hitter, his 320th career homer as a catcher, a new NL record, breaking the tie with Johnny Bench. And second most all-time behind Fisk. By the way, the Dodgers win a game, 10-4. Perez, 7 innings, gave up 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 walk, 7 Ks, win number 11. He takes a no-hitter into the 7th for the second time this year. As for Shawn Green, 6 homers and 15 RBI in his last
game of that homestand take forever. That's punishment. Jim Tracy looking on as LA is trying to make it 8 losses in a row for the Mets. Top 1, Traxel. Dave Roberts got him picked off. Mo missed him with a sweep tag.
I don't know if Mo's mad at the umpire or mad at himself. That's one of those where if you probably call him out, nobody argues, but it's probably safe.
Bobby V argues. Same inning, Traxel a pitch out. Roberts this time. No, he's in again.
That shouldn't be happening. That's a real mental thing. When you get a pitch out and can't throw somebody out, it really puts a crimp in everybody's mentality here.
No, Roberts flat out beat it. Still in the first, bases loaded now after the 2 net miscues. Straight up in the air goes Grudzielanek. And usually they come back to hunt you, but Piazza's there, so no damage done. Bottom 2, Mo Vaughn's at second. Jeremy Burnitz. Where you been? Flies out to Rice. We've seen this before, though. Mo is on the move. He's going to be safe. He stepped off the base.
You know, it's just unbelievable how many bizarre things have happened to the Mets in the last 10 days.
Beltran never even looked at him and just sort of stuck the ball out there. Valentine's out again. Top 3, Grissom. Driven. Center field. Timo Perez about face. Not happening.
You know how difficult it is for a manager to argue when a player is probably wrong, but you have to do it.
Do you ask the player first, or do you just go out knowing what you're arguing?
What was the last good outfielder the Mets had?
Adrian Beltre single to left. Grissom scores. 2-1 Dodgers. Gagne pitching. Piazza fishing. Vaughn swinging. Dodgers win it 2-1. Gagne's 43rd save of the season.
Gagne doesn't seem to be having any problems with this move to the relief role, huh, Peter?
No, and you know, he has some adversity. He came back from it. I think that's one of the most important things you want to see in a closer. The first couple of times he has adversity, how he bounces back, he's done it.
7th time in Mets history. They had a winless homestand of at least 6 games. Next time the Mets are scheduled for a home game is August 30th, which is the strike day. We'll talk much more about the strike day later, but boy, L.A. striking when the fire is hot. The Mets are playing terrible. Giants are having trouble. They've increased their lead in the wild card.
Well, you know, Gagne's a big part of it. I think the whole spirit that Jim Tracy and Jim Colborn and all these coaches have brought is a big part of it. But this is a very different Dodgers team than it's been in the past. They keep winning these tough games, which they didn't do in the past. Now, obviously, Shawn Green is a big part of it. They're 53 and 32, 21 games over 500 when he gets a hit and just plays. And they're 4 under when he doesn't play or doesn't get a hit. And they also had great defense on the left side of the infield. I mean, Cesar Izturis is not a particularly good offensive player, but he's a very, very good defender. And Adrian Beltre, the same thing at third base. He's turned in some great plays. And it means a lot when you've got 3 left-handers in a rotation. But that's something that Danny Evans went out and did in the offseason. This was always a right-handed dominant team in a game that requires left-handed pitchers, particularly in that division. They're 39 and 25 when they've got one of their 3 left-handers starting, all 3 of whom were required in the offseason. And one other thing, they also hit left-handed pitchers. Yep. The team is hitting .303 against left-handers. Marquis Grissom, for instance, is slugging .706 against left-handers. There's a lot of flexibility that Tracy uses very well, but there's a lot of soul.
Teams that are good against left-handers. You mentioned the Dodgers, Giants, Astros, Diamondbacks are all good. Players and managers, as Buck has said before, don't like to look ahead on the schedule, but GMs do. So Dan Evans on the baseball show on ESPN Radio Saturday said, hey, we need some of our lefties because look at this schedule, folks. They have the Marlins first, And then series with the Braves, Diamondbacks. They go to Houston, then Arizona, and they wrap it up back at home against the Astros, and then at San Francisco. That is a tough 18-game skid. Russ Ortiz giving up only 2 earned in his last 2 starts.
Wild card hunt, taking on the Marlins. Top 4 tied at 1-2 on. Derek Lee off Kaz's Sheehy. Adrian Beltre can't get it. Kevin Millar comes in to score. Marlins with a 2-1 lead. Top 8, it's 4-1 Marlins. Kevin Brown on in relief, but not doing a very good job. Juan Encarnacion taking him out. 2-run shot for Encarnacion. His 19th. He was 3 for 4, 3 RBI. And the Marlins going to win it by the final count of 6-3. So Florida's won 5 of 6. They snap a 3-game road losing streak. Their pitchers have allowed 3 runs or less in their last 6. Dodgers snapped their 5-game winning streak. Ishii just 2-6 in his last 11 starts.
Card leaders, that would be Jim Tracy's Los Angeles Dodgers. Bottom 3 scoreless. Nobody on from Mike Kincaid against Michael Tejera. There's a little something for his people. First home run as a Dodger. They're up 1-0. Later in the inning, 2-0 game. Runner on first and second for Marquise Grissom. Been hot lately, but gets nothing there. Tejera makes a nice grab. First to Mark Grudzielanek, double play. Top 8, score tied at 2. Runner at second for Juan Encarnacion against Paul Quantrill. He'll find a little grass in shallow center. Derek Lee comes in to score. Fish up 3-2. Top 9, runner on third, 2 outs. Kevin Millar against Eric Gagne, and the freak gets him chasing on a check swing. Look, he kicks the ball. Watch it again. Gets away from Paul Lo Duca. There he's kicking it. It's not really very sporting. It's also an out. Dodgers get out of the inning, down 3-2. Bottom 9, Sean Green on third, 1 out. Eric Karros through the box. Green comes in, and we're all tied up at 3. Drama building at Chavez Ravine. Adrian Beltre in the top of the, or bottom of the 10th. On first with Green at the plate. That's driven to right center field. Beltre's going to come all the way around first. He scores. Dodgers win it dramatically in 10, 4-3. It made us older. Beckett struck out 7 batters through 4 innings, getting checked on the mound in the 5th because of a blister on his finger. Less than pleased, throws the glove in the dugout. There you see the blister. Beckett already been on the DL twice this year for the same problem. Bottom 6, Sean Green, base hit up the middle. And he is hustling, never slows down, and heads into second base. He's safe. One more time, let's see what happens here. Preston Wilson, a touch of the lollygag, and you can't lollygag. And Green, you know what that makes him? A lollygagger? Lollygag. There you go. It's a miracle. Dodgers did stranded. Now, bottom 7, LA still down 2-1. Paul Lo Duca facing Graham Lloyd. Up the middle, Alex Cora comes in. Tying run. We are tied up at 2s. 1 batter later. Green comes up with a Sachs jam. Base hit to the right side. Chad Kreuter comes in to score. He had 3 hits, 3 RBI. So did Dave Roberts. Dodgers go up 2. They win 6-2. They've won 7 of 8. Braves Pirates at 81. Last 2 starts, and Friday did not start well. Bottom 1, Sean Green with a man on, and it's the first inning homer allowed by Maddox all season. They gave up another one. Paul Lo Duca hit one. Green's 37th. Top 7, Javi Lopez, pinch hitting, facing Odalis Perez, and he sends a drive, and Dave Roberts is there, Marquise Grissom is there, and who gets there first? Well, they get there at the same time, but Roberts, he has possession of this ball. Grissom did not sue. Very cordial-like. Bottom 9, 3-3. Adrian Beltre up. 2 on. Darren Holmes, perhaps a little worried about Dave Roberts. Fakes the throw. Not a ball. Later in the at-bat, oh, tries to pick up movies in. Sorry, Brian Kenny moment. Later, another fake. After some foul balls, Holmes going to try one more time, and hey, center field. Everybody move up 1 base. Roberts to third, Green to second. Beltre would walk, so the bases are chucked, bringing a new pitcher. It's Kevin Grabowski to face Paul Lo Duca. All the drama is building. Give me the home run, or just hit him. We win. Grabowski protests. I don't think I got nothing but maybe a few strands of the jersey. Dodgers win it 4-3. Cubs D-backs, Arizona. Tom Glavine going for win number 17. Marquise Grissom. Vinny Castilla will handle that chance a little too often. Runner safe, E5. Runner on first now with a couple out. Next batter is Sean Green. Sean Green. Gary Sheffield's playing out there in right, and he just goes back and says, well, that's a souvenir for the guy in the Buckeye hat. It's 2-0 on Green's 38. Chipper Jones off Jesse Orozco, and sometimes when you're 72, you can't throw it as fast as you used to.
That ain't
Chipper,
right.
3 for 5, hitting 320, his 20th. Braves up 3-2. Well, he's old.
He's still pitching.
Cesar Izturis, lazy fly ball. Gary Sheffield. Stupid son. Hate that. Izturis going to hustle in for a double. You got these sunglasses flipping down. You got to do something. Foster Gramps, I don't know what it is. Grissom, base hit. Run scores. Game tied at 3. Dodgers would take a 4-3 lead on a sac fly. Top 9 Braves down. Darren Craig, Eric Gagne, and nicely done. Alex Cora throws to Cesar Izturis, but dropped the ball there. So we got a rally going, but Vinny Castilla grounds to third. That's a 5-3 double play. Castilla 0 for 5. 4-3 Dodgers win.
Cubs D-backs, Tony Womack.
Kaz Ishii and the Dodgers looking to be the first team to sweep the Braves in more than a year. Oops, that's not the way to get started. That's Chipper Jones, batting .375, 9 homers, 20 RBIs this month. Ishii would leave after the first inning. His replacement, Kevin Brown, out of the pen, facing Gary Sheffield and getting the whiff. Struck out the side in the second. Dodgers would get back in it. It's 5-3. Marquise Grissom, former Brave, ropes a double. Cabrera scores 5-4 Braves. Bottom 6, Braves up 7-5. Chipper Jones. Cesar Izturis is robbed.
You are rolling the tongue with these names, yo.
Bottom 9. John Smoltz looking to close it out, his 45th save. Braves have won 37 consecutive games in which Smoltz has appeared in.
Watch this, Expos Giants battle. 13 of 15 and with a pretty decent chance to make it better. Curt Schilling, 9 consecutive wins against Los Angeles, looking for 22 this season. Bottom 1, Dave Roberts, deep to right over Quentin McCracken. He goes bouncing into the wall, and Roberts goes bounding into third, a lead-off triple, and he would score on a sacrifice fly. Later in the inning, Sean Green, a 3-1 count, ball 4. Wait a minute. 21st walk of the season. He has 21 wins this season. Bottom 2, Marquise Grissom strikes out, 96-mile-an-hour heat. Marquise struck out 4 times in the game. But wait here, Alex Cora, little man. Get off me, ball! 3-0 LA, 3rd homer of the year for the light-hitting Cora. And take another look. 92 miles an hour. Cora able to turn on it. Top 6, same score, Greg Colbran. Stings Omar Dahl. Into the bleachers. 2-run homer. 8 home runs this year. Half of them have come in August. Later in the inning, Steve Finley, a single to left. Matty Williams is going to try to score. I told you Marquise struck out 4 times at the plate, but he comes up big with his arm. Guns out Williams at the plate. We're still 3-2. Guys in blue. Top 8, Eric Gagne trying to get a 5-out save. He gives Luis Gonzalez the gas face, then strikes out a Rubio Durazo. End of the 8th. In the 9th, Matt Williams. He's called out after a Steve Finley single. Mark Grace looking, all 4 of the outs, strikeouts now. David DeLucci, a full count shot. He slices it into the gap. Finley has got the green light all the way from the word go, trying to tie things up at 3. He does just that. Gagne, a rare occasion, it's a blown save. Bottom 9, frightening moment. Alex Cora on first, tries to steal second, collides head-on with Tony Womack. Both players go down in pain. Take another look. Womack's knee hits Cora right square in the head. Cora would lay motionless on the field. Silence in Dodger Stadium. The team trainer, the coaches, everybody hoping Cora would be all right. You rarely see this in baseball. Stretcher comes onto the field as Roberts takes a knee. In an ambulance to the hospital, but you see there the good news. He does have a concussion, but he did have movement in his extremities. Good news there. Bad news, not nearly as big a deal, but in the ball game, Matt Williams, first base hit of the game, brings in Junior's Spivey, the go-ahead run, and the Diamondbacks go on to grab the victory. Arizona improves to 8-3 in extra inning games. Eric Gagne blows his first save in 23 chances at Dodger Stadium. As for Curt Schilling, season high 3 walks. The D-backs 10-0 in Schilling's start against the NL West this year.
Diamondbacks and Dodgers. Jim Tracy with a rough one Monday night. The blown save from Eric Gagne. Bob Brenly, though, since the All-Star break,
gone from 2.5 games back to 9 games up. Look at that ERA, the record. LA 21-22 since the break. Arizona breaking it open. But here Dave Roberts with base hit off Miguel Batista. Roberts is the kind of guy, Tony, really just makes things happen.
Yeah, he's getting on base and making things happen. And here he's going to steal second. Throw goes into center. He's up and on his way to third. Gives the Dodgers an early run scoring opportunity.
And Sean Green will come up here. Now, Green can drive the ball, but you got a guy on third. You don't have to do much.
Yeah, defense is giving you a chance to score a run without getting a base hit, and those are the type of runs that you have to cash in.
Other side, Hideo Nomo pitching well. Got Steve Finley there in the fourth. That's with 2 men on. Next man up, Chad Moeller. Hits this into center field. Luis Gonzalez coming around. We got a play to the plate. Roberts not known for his arm, but he guns him down. Very close play.
Close play, but a nice block by DeLuca. Drops his foot in there, and Gonzalez slides around it. The umpire said he was able to put the tag on him first. Stays up.
Now here in the fifth, still 1-0. Junior Spivey, base hit. Tony Womack coming around. He's going to score. We got a 1-1 ball game. We go to the 8th inning now. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Base hit. Paul LaDuca just put it through on Junior Spivey. 2 runs will score. And LA opens this up. But wait, there's more. Still with 2 outs. Eric Karros off Mike Fetters. First homer in 40 games total.
Seeing him with just 10 home runs, that's not a number you usually see by his name.
The Dodgers get 5 in the bottom of the 8th to open this one up and beat the Diamondbacks. Close the gap a little bit. Hideo Nomo goes 7, gives up 1 earned run. No decision for him here, but 10 strikeouts in the game. LA now 14-5 in its last 19 games. Games behind the Diamondbacks in the NL West, but 2.5 up start of the day in the wild card. It's Odalis Perez versus Rick Helling. Perez 0-4 lifetime against the Diamondbacks, but he's regained something here, Dave.
Yeah, the Dodgers gave him 9 days off. His arm was tired, and he's come back with a vengeance and pitched great since.
And Junior Spivey once again. How about Rick Helling? 0-5 lifetime against the Dodgers. Something's got to give here against Adrian Beltre, with men on second and third in the first inning. That's a big out. It's Beltre, same inning, 2 outs now. Paul LaDuca, dangerous man. He struck him out, end of threat. Now in the 5th, 2 outs. Here's Perez, the pitcher. Took a good hack at that, hits it out. His first career home run. It's a 1-0 ball game.
It's a big hit.
2 outs, 2 on in the 9th. Eric Gagne versus Erubio Durazo. This is what it's all about. He struck him out. That's the all-North American matchup.
Yeah, NAFTA. Mexico against Canada.
A 1-0 win for the Dodgers. Odalis Perez goes 8 innings. Shutout baseball. First pitcher to homer in a 1-0 game since Bob Welch did it in 1983. Also with the Dodgers, Eric Gagne with his 45th save of the season. And quote, we'll find out if the owners are trying to get a deal. Tom Glavine, the NL player rep, said he expects a lot of, quote, gamesmanship in the final day. But he also added, I just think we're all too close on too much of this to let it all fall apart. So, Tim, we see a lot of optimism from the players, but it's a two-way street. We don't hear anything from the other side, and ultimately, they're going to make this decision.
Yes, but I've talked to some people on the other side, and so has Jason Stark, who's funneled a lot of stuff our way. I talked to one owner who told me there's no way that Bud Selig would have come to New York if he didn't think this deal was close. And I think this deal is getting very close, and I share in that optimism. Now, there's a chance, of course, this could all blow up. There's always that kind of potential. And one owner told me yesterday, if it does blow up, we better all be ready for a very long strike. But I really don't think that's going to happen. I think the tax threshold is the final piece. I think there's a number they can get to there, and I think they're going to play baseball this weekend.
We hope so. Dave, is anything going to get better for the players that are making $8 million a year? I mean, you've been there as, I don't know, the rank and file player, that sort of thing. Put it that way.
Mostly the file.
Right. I mean, is anything changing in the structure for most of these major league players?
Well, supposedly on the table is the fact that the minimum salary is going to go up to $300,000, which right now there are 36% of all major league players are making $300,000 or less. So that would certainly be a boost for them. I guarantee you, if you took a secret ballot of that union, 85% of the guys would vote no way in a strike, John Burkett being one of the exceptions, obviously. But You know, the problem is, though, all of these players and all of the players know that the reason the union's gotten things done over the years is because of the solidarity. It's the strongest union in the United States of America. But they've done nothing but take care of the top-end guys. Now, you're making $15 to $25 million at the top. Enough already. Enough commissions for the agents. Don Fehr and the agents have to be reminded they work for the players. I think it's time to start doing something down for the bottom guys, not making major league players have to come to spring training as minor league free agents because of the salary structure in the game. I think they need to tell Don Fehr, get everything you can and sign the deal, because the National Labor Relations Board, which was very pro-union in 1994, is now very conservative under George Bush. And I don't think they're going to step in and bail the players out this time, so they better get the deal and take it.
I think it's an excellent point, too, because the majority of players, a good percentage of the players, are making $300,000 or less, and a lot of those players...
36%.
That's right. If those players don't go along with everybody else, the guys who are making the big money, then they don't have that solidarity, and they're very much weakened. Well, you stay optimistic. Here on Baseball Tonight, we hope there'll be baseball.
The bargaining agreement. Key issues, luxury tax. Next season, teams will pay a luxury tax on player salaries above $117 million. So essentially, the Yankees looking at a luxury tax next year of between $50 and $55 million. Revenue sharing. Teams will share 34% of their locally generated revenue. That's up from 20% this season. There's nothing in the agreement that forces the owners to take that money and spend it on additional payroll. So that's going to be a point of contention down the road here. Contraction, it's out. No teams will be contracted at least through 2006, so the Twins will stay put. The Expos, they may move possibly to D.C. We'll discuss that coming up, though. They did not solve all the problems, but for the first time ever, the players gave in a little bit, and give these guys credit, they got the deal done.
This is a historic agreement because it represents, for the first time in baseball history, that we have reached a collective bargaining agreement without the loss of a single game.
We get questions like who won today or who's ahead today or something like that. The difficulty with answering those questions, of course, is that they don't mean anything in the context of collective bargaining. The game is only over when the contract is reached, and you only win, and you both win when the contract is reached.
I just felt like that both sides had enough common ground and that we could talk about, and too much to lose to not get a deal done, and ultimately that's the way it worked out.
We got it done. We lost no games, and every year there's great new stories, and we got great ball going on. Hopefully the focus will get back in the game.
All right, Tim, let's answer some of the key questions about this settlement. And, of course, the first would be the luxury tax. The owners initially wanted a tax on payrolls over $98 million. They settled for a figure of $117 million.
Well, the Yankees are going to get killed by this tax, but probably only 3 other teams will be touched by this tax. But I really believe that teams that get near this tax, if they get one more guy and takes them over the tax, if that guy can take them to the World Series, say, they're going to go over that tax and they're going to pay it.
Revenue sharing is supposed to create a competitive balance. Distributing more of the wealth means more teams should compete. But, Tim, there's no minimum payroll number in this agreement and nothing that mandates owners must take their revenue-sharing money and spend it on payroll.
Right, but we're going to keep a close eye on this, and I'm sure there's going to be tremendous pressure on these small market teams to try to make real improvements with their team and increase their payrolls in order to try to get her. But something like this will really help, say, a team like the A's in trying to sign Miguel Tejada long-term so he doesn't get away.
All right, folks in Minnesota, breathing easier. Folks in Montreal, probably still bewildered about where their team is going. Contraction off the table, but baseball still is running the Expos, so something has to be done about that.
Right. Contraction was a main, huge concession by the owners. It was a very good thing. Now we don't have to worry about this for 4 years. The only question is, where are the Expos going to play next year? I think, and I'm guessing like everyone else, they'll play in Montreal next year, although Washington, D.C. is a very viable place to play. It's just going to be very expensive to get them there and then build them a new stadium.
Okay, Jeff Brantley, they were able to get the deal done with some concessions from the players for the first time ever, even Don Fehr conceding that. Does this set a precedent for the players giving up more in 2006, or are we just sort of delaying the inevitable of a year or 2 year shutdown here?
I think regardless of the way that this agreement came out, we're still going to have to go back through the negotiation process when we get to 2006 or roll it over into 2007. But the thing about it is it's gotten better. You can't change everything overnight. I mean, this has been going on for a long time. We're moving in the right direction, and hopefully in 2007 we can continue to make progress.
And Tim Kurkjian, we can now focus on baseball. Got a lot of good divisional and pennant races. What do we look for in the way of trades?
Well, there certainly could be some more like the Jamie Wright trade, but I really don't think anybody big will be involved here. But the Scott Ericksons, the Roberto Hernandez, people like that who are out there, my feeling is if they haven't moved by now, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of movement in the next 24 hours.
All right, so the teams' rosters will stand pat as we look ahead to the divisional races, and we have an update on NL Wild Card race, L.A. and Houston tonight. Wade Miller on the mound. Gets Sean Green in the first. Top three, Mark Bressolanic. Bottom three, Andy Ashby trying to keep up. Orlando Merced inside and up on that one. Triple down the right field line. Berkman comes in. Bagwell comes in. Astros are up 5-0. So it's time to bring Kevin Brown in out of the bullpen in the bottom of the.
They're still just trying to get Kevin Brown some work, so maybe he can be a starter for him in the month of September. But this is unlike Kevin Brown to hang a breaking ball in the middle of the plate.
His mechanics looked a little bit off today. A lot of times he was falling towards first base, and his sinker was really getting out of the zone, and it's tough to locate when you're falling that much.
Biggio with a rocket off Brown. In the seventh, Marquise Grissom singles off Wade Miller. Next, Sean Green over Miller's head. This will deliver Dave Roberts. They wave him in 6-1. Paul LeDuc, a wild pitch, and Miller, suddenly the wheels are coming off. Adrian Beltre. Fair or foul? Kind of a Carlton Fisk deal there, and sure enough, just like Fisk, it hits the pole. Dodgers now trail 6-4, coming back against Wade Miller. Brown in trouble again in the seventh. Jose Vizcaino. Astros win the game 8-4, so only not all that pretty for Wade Miller, but it is effective. 12-3. He wins his 9th straight decision as the Astros win for the 8th time in 11 games. Miller hasn't lost since June 26, 11-1 in the 17 starts since returning from the DL on May 29th. Astros putting some heat on St. Louis. And Jeff, we know that Houston has the pitching now with all their young guns, but if the Killer Bees get into trouble during the playoffs the way they usually do, this time Houston has some other guys in the offensive lineup that can help out.
Well, so many times you hear the names Biggio, Berkman, and Bagwell, but tonight we just saw Vizcaino hit this ball out of the ballpark, and Hidalgo's been on the DL, but the one guy that has really picked up the slack hitting after Bagwell has been a guy, forgot his name.
Which guy?
Orlando Merced. Orlando Merced. Orlando Merced has really swung the bat really well for these guys, and it's made a whole bunch of difference, especially when Bagwell, there's nobody hitting behind him. Hidalgo is supposed to be there. When you walk Bagwell and this guy's hitting behind you, it's made all the difference in the world. Merced hits this ball down the right field line, and you know, it's just really made a big difference for this ball club because you've got to pitch to Bagwell now. If you pitch around him and you've got a guy coming up next that's Merced, and this is a guy that nobody expected even to do anything. He was supposed to be a guy that filled a spot off the bench, maybe played in the outfield every once in a while, but he's made a big difference for them offensively. Wade Miller tonight really pitched great. We saw him get in trouble in the 7th inning, but with his sinker, and then he throws a cutter. When you're throwing a cutter that's 92 miles an hour and getting guys to swing at it like that, it makes it very difficult because the one thing that he's got is that sinker that bores in on right-handers. Every once in a while he hangs it like he did to Beltre tonight, but this guy has really been outstanding since he came back off the DL.
Well, what about that? We know guys like Biggio and Bagwell have lots of playoff experience, but this pitching staff is very good, but is very young. Not a lot of postseason experience, Tim.
Right. Well, the difference was last year Roy Oswalt was not healthy for the playoffs. I'd like to see this team in the playoffs with Miller and Oswalt completely healthy. Then they're going to have a much better chance.
All right, we now have an update on two potential players.
Head-to-head. Get some great pitching from Los Angeles.
And that was a look at Mark Loretta, the shortstop they picked up. He's going to be a big pickup for them. And they had to pick him up by the 31st so he could be eligible for the postseason. I think it's a great pickup, Buck, even though better pick by Bagwell.
Well, he's a perfect guy for the Astros. He's just a professional player that knows his limitations. He's a good pickup this late in the year.
Cesar Torres there down the line. One run will score. 2-0. Torres, a .231 hitter. He was 2 for 4 in the ball game. Hideo Nomo here in the second. Jeff Blum crunches this and makes it a 2-1 ball game. But you watch this game, and Nomo had great stuff, guys. Look, this is the splitter, the off-speed stuff.
Exactly. That is nasty. Look at the movement on that.
He's one of those rare guys, basically a 2-pitch starter, and Nomo's been effective this year with it.
Quantrill came on, got Biggio, Jesse Orozco to Lance. Berkman worked him over, and he went. The bullpen setting things up. Bottom of the ninth, 2 on, no outs. Eric Gagne against Orlando Merced. He was starting with the heat. How do you say sawed him off or broke off a little something in French?
Well, I don't know. Nasty. How about that?
Adrian Beltre, look at this, with 2 on, over the shoulder. That's like Mattingly, except over on the other side.
Well, we've watched him be able to go long ways. He could be a shortstop if he was not playing third base for the Dodgers.
Harold, how many times we've talked about, they talk about range of guys on the ground. What about range in the air? Beltre's got as good as any. And there's Gagne closing the game, a starting pitcher with more than just 2 pitches.
Hideo Nomo was locked in. He's won 11 of 12. He went 7, gave up 1 run. Quantrill, Orozco, and Gagne work a scoreless 3 to close it out. Again, Gagne was in trouble there at 2 on, nobody out, but he gets through. L.A. pitching takes 2 out of 3 with Dahl and Nomo, allowing just 1 run in 2 starts. On deck,
pitched so well the last time he played the Dodgers. Then he played them tonight. Top of the second, Sean Green, and he smoked it. Deep out and gone is 39th, 1-0. Next batter is Brian Jordan, and it's deja video. Deep one to right center, and I say, look out for the children in the pool. Into the Bob is 14th, 2-0 Dodgers, and we're just getting started. Dave Hansen's your next batter. Slaps one toward the hole, and Greg Colburn makes the hole bigger. Infield single. Then Mark Grusolana comes through with the single to center. 5 consecutive hits for the Dodgers, and we're just getting warm. Now it's pitcher Odalis Perez, and I say the Dodgers are beating the helling out of Rick. 2 runs come in to score, and just like that, it's 4-0 L.A. Perez on the other side of the mound doing very well. Complete control. Damian Miller knows why. Guessing. Bottom of the 3rd now, Perez facing Jay Bell at bat, and Jay Bell loses the bat. Looked kind of silly, actually. Perez 6 innings, no earned runs, 5 strikeouts. Top of the 7th, we've moved there because it's 11-0, and Adrian Beltre up Eddie Oropesa, and that's not coming back. A 2-run shot is 18th, and Adrian's staring at it as he rounds the bases. 13-0. Jerry Colangelo, well, at least we won the World Series. He got so bad it was 19-0 in the 9th. Mark Grace comes into pitch, and he's doing a Mike Fetters impression. Take another look. I think he's got his teammate down pat. First batter is Jeff Reveille, and Reveille flies out to right on the 43-mile-an-hour curveball. Fetters, being a team guy, loves it. And again, what else is he going to do? Next batter is Wilkin Ruin, and Ruin flies out to left. Mark Grace is pitching a perfect 9th inning, and he knows it. The next batter is Chris Ross, and, well, you knew it had to end. Solo shot. It only looks like the Eephus pitch that El Duque pitches. Grace no longer perfect. Next batter, fly ball to right to end the inning, and ladies and gentlemen, Rick Sutcliffe, former teammate of Mark Grace, loves it. Grace would go in, get the arm wrap, get the curtain call. The Dodgers managed to score a run. The D-backs scored. Dodgers win big, 19-1.
No comedy in Cincinnati.
Sunday, Paul LaDuca against Brian Anderson. Looks for a team, but Tony Womack got an error on him. So now Adrian Beltre up with a runner on, and Beltre, for the love of elevation, his 19th home run of the year. It's 2-0 Dodgers. Top of the 2nd, on the mound for L.A., Kaz Ishii batting against Anderson. Whoa, that's impressive. In the hole that goes, but Junior Spivey with a great play to get Ishii. 6th inning, Ishii gets himself in trouble. Walking Junior Spivey right there, 2 men on. Next batter, Luis Gonzalez walks, bases full, so the Dodgers bring Kevin Brown in relief to face Greg Colburn. Brown gets him looking, 2 outs. Now Jim Tracy brings in, yes, Jesse Orozco. How old is he, about 46?
8 billion years old.
Perhaps. To face a Rubio Durazo, and how about that for an 8 billion-year-old guy? 7th inning, still 2-0. Paul LaDuca against Anderson with a runner on. LaDuca opposite way. To the wall that goes. Marquise Grissom comes all the way from first to score on the double. LaDuca got to 3rd on the throw home. 3-0 Dodgers. Top 9, our boy, Mike Fetters in, and there it is, his famous pre-pitch routine. Let's flash back to how Grace compares. Grace very similar. He really has his teammate down. Back to Tuesday's game, runner on first against Fetters, and Fetters picks off Dave Roberts at first, and Fetters gets fired up, as only Mike Fetters can. Bottom 9, look who's batting. Mark Grace up against Eric Gagne. Ripped. And Mark Grace still got the wheels. He hustles in for a double. Yeah, not bad. Grace would score, but Gagne now facing Tony Womack up with 2 outs on the ground to Gagne, and he gets the out. Dodgers win Gagne's 47th save. So the Dodgers D-backs game featured the two teams with the best records in the bigs over the last 4 weeks, other than the streaking A's, of course. Looking at this graphic, the balance of power certainly appears to be out west. The Dodgers. There's Randy, only 4 Ks behind Bert Blyleven for 4th on the all-time list. First inning, Johnson not getting the Ks early, facing Sean Green. Toward first, Rubio Durazo, the toss to Johnson for the out. Johnson, 1-2-3 first without a strikeout. Bottom 1-0 D-backs. Andy Ashby facing Matt Williams, 2 on. Williams responding to a good visual. Brian Jordan thinks he has a shot at this, but he cannot reach it. 3-run home run. Williams, 6th of the year, 4-0 D-backs. Take another look. Paul LaDuca sets up outside, and Ashby, well, misses. Yowza. The next batter is Steve Finley. What can he do? Yeah, he did that. 21st of the year for Finley, putting the D-backs up 5-0 after 1. What about the unit heating up on the mound? Second inning, Johnson facing Eric Karros. Karros can't do anything with that nasty slider. 5th inning, Johnson getting Mike Kincaid. Johnson in the 6th facing Cesar Izturis, and Johnson, oh, he ties Blyleven on that strikeout. Next batter, Holbert Cabrera. Johnson for 3,700, 2 strikeouts of his career, moving ahead of Bert for 4th all time. Congrats to the unit. Next batter, Marquise Grissom. Johnson on his way to his 20th win, 8 Ks in the... Let us now go to the A's. Nice acknowledgement by the unit. In the 8th we go. David Ross is pinch hitting for the Dodgers. The D-backs have a conference on the mound. Mark Grace in the dugout. He wants to come in to pitch. Why? Do you remember what happened Monday when Grace did pitch against Ross? I mean, this thing was maybe 70 miles per hour, and Ross hit his first career home run against Grace, and it does count in the stat book. Back to the Ross at bat on Wednesday night, and Grace, of course, watching with a big grin on his face. He remembers to Johnson's team now. He does. Grace, Dodgers coach Jim Riggleman, Jim Tracy have a good laugh about it. Bottom 8, Johnson up at bat, 2 on. Johnson down the line, Randy Johnson. It's going all the way to the wall. 2 runs would score on Randy's double. Johnson makes it 7-0. Top of the 9th, Johnson going for the shutout. Sean Green, he's built for this. The 2nd straight year Sean Green has his 40 home runs. He joins Duke Snider as the only Dodgers to have 40 in 2 more straight years. Next batter, Adrian Beltre. Johnson, 3-hitter, 6 complete game, and a 20-game winner for the 3rd time in his career.
Sarless, Astros and Dodgers. Here comes the pennant race. And down the stretch they come.
Down the stretch they come.
Toss salad. Loses by a nose to Rings and Things. Top 3, Lance Berkman. To the right field bleachers is 38th. 2-0 Astros. And off of Deo Nomo. Bottom 6, LA down 2-1. Dave Roberts the bunt. And watch him avoid the tag here by Jeff Bagwell. Roberts safe at first, says umpire Dale Scott. And the Astros cannot believe the call, and they may have a point. Check it out. Roberts not only about 20 feet out of the baseline. Well, it's a slight exaggeration. And then he totally misses the base. He still hasn't touched the plate. Jimmy Williams with only 1 M comes out and argues and gets ejected. Jimmy, they miss you in Boston already. Same inning, Brian Jordan facing Ricky Stone. The bases loaded. Dave Roberts comes in. Paul LaDuca thrown out by Brian Hunter with a strike to the plate, but the game is tied at 2. Top 7, Berkman. Check swing, grounds into a double play, but Mark Gresselatic. Mark, you got to at least get near the bag for the double play.
First was
little, you know, they give you the neighborhood play sometimes, but that you got to get a little closer than that. Same inning, Orlando Merced would have loaded, and this time Gresselatic comes up with a diving stop for the 4-6-3. Bottom 8, Eric Karros. This off Octavio Dotel. Runners on the corners. The sac fly will deliver Sean Green. It's 3-2 LA. Dotel allowing his first run in his last 14 appearances. Top 9. Astros trying to come back. They've got on the first 2 outs for Berkman. And Eric Gagne gets him to fly out to center to end it. And there it is. The Dodgers hold on and win the game 3-2. Card Astros visiting LA. Top 4, first and second. 2 outs for Greg Zaun, who goes to left center. They wave Mark Loretta. Astros up 2-1. Loretta a 4-for-5 day for him. Watch this in the 5th now. Lance Berkman, foul ball. The fan on the cell phone
The guy won't even get off the phone to get the foul ball. Only in L.A. And you know what he's saying now? Dude, you won't believe what just happened. They just hit a foul ball at me. Can I have the ball? Thank you. It actually hits the older gentleman right next to him, right in the chin. But cell phone guy's a good guy. He gets the ball. There you go. That's nice. Keep a bandage on that, though. Next batter, Jeff Bagwell. Two-run shot is 27th. Astros win 6-1 for Dodgers, just their 6th loss in 22 games. So an updated look now at the wild card. Astros 7.5 back at L.A. Giants pick up a game, so San Fran now 2 behind the Dodgers and 6.5 behind the Diamondbacks in the NL West.
Back at the Dodgers for the wild card. Adrian Beltre honoring his fallen teammate. Aurelia facing Odalis Perez. Wow, what a play. We need to see another look. Beltre at third, great stop. Bottom second, Barry Bonds. For the love of elevation off of Odalis Perez. His 43rd of the year, 610th of his career, 491 feet, the longest homer ever at Pac Bell. Wow. 1 foot shy of tying his career best in distance for Barry. Bottom 3, Bonds up with 2 on. The shift is on. Mark Grudzielanek throws him out from short right. At top of the 4th, Brian Jordan up with 2 on facing Livan Hernandez. Jordan, his only hit of the game, but it was lethal. A double. Paul LaDuca and Sean Green would score. Jordan hitting 264, but he ties up the game at 2 with 1 swing. Bottom 4, Reggie Sanders up. Alex Cora. Good to see him back in action right there. The great diving stop, and then the nice pick by Eric Karros. We need another look. Excellent play by Cora. And then the finish there, picking it up by Karros at first. Bottom 5, runner on first, 2 out. The Dodgers walk Barry intentionally. So your next batter, Benito Santiago. The strategy paying off. Santiago grounds into the 5-4 force. Dodgers escape damage in the 5th. Bottom 6 now, tied at 3, David Bell. He's been lifted. Number 20 for Bell. 3 for 3 in this game. 3 RBI, 3 runs scored. The Giants are now up 5-3. Bottom 8 now. Different score. Giants up 6-5. Rob Nen is up to bat. Hey, whatever works. Congratulations, Rob. Your first career hit. How did it feel? Oh, we're not going to hear how you feel. We're just going to leave it up to our imaginations. Anyway, Dodgers down 6-5. Runner on second. Paul LaDuca facing Nen. This is what they pay you for. And he beats LaDuca to first, and the Giants hang on to win 6-5, and they gain a game and tie up the Dodgers.
Understood with 19 games to go, that wild card lead was on the line at Barry's place. Dodgers and Giants, Kevin Brown's first start since May 26 gave up 5 earned runs in 5 innings. It was Jason Schmidt who stole the show. Did get some help. Top of first. Paul LaDuca flips one down the right side. JT Snow with some tenacious D. Schmidt 2 earned runs in 7 2/3 bottom first. Bases loaded for Barry. Night after hitting the longest homer in Pac Bell history. Little base knock to left center. Barry 1 for 3, 2 RBI. Still leads the majors with a .364 average. Bottom second. Second and third for Rich Aurelia. Little chopper to short. Schmidt coming home. Is he out or safe? LaDuca can't believe it. He's called safe, but clearly Schmidt lands on LaDuca's glove.
He stepped on the tag.
And Montague stepped on the call and blew it. Bottom 5, Benito Santiago, career homer number 199er. Did you say niner? Yes, I did. Are you on a walkie-talkie?
Are you talking to yourself?
Giants win it 5-2. They've won 5 straight in 13 of their last 16. They move a game ahead of the Dodgers in that wild card race. Schmidt 2-0 with a 1.84 ERA in 2 starts against Los Angeles this season. Kaz Ishii, who was hit by a line drive in the head on Sunday, is improving. He will remain in the hospital for a few more days. Curt Schilling going for his 23rd.
Relatively normal. 0-0 in this big game. L.A. and San Francisco. Jordan goes to third. Bell steps on third, or did he? They ultimately got no outs here.
Well, David Bell certainly thought he stepped on third base. Our replay's just probably a tad inconclusive. You see the foot going over the bag, but did a spike actually touch it? Can't tell from that angle. Ed Montague involved in a lot of tough plays in this series.
David Bell's a very quiet guy. When he speaks up, there's a reason. This is Ed Montague at the plate. Last night, Jason Schmidt coming home, stepping on the glove, which has the ball in it, missed the plate. That was a bad call.
Down to Wednesday, Brian Jordan the third. Bell, he's coming green, never held onto the ball. Nice play by the catcher. Bottom 4, tied at 2. Hideo Nomo, Jeff Kent, man on, and man stays on. Kent goes back to the bench. Barry on full count. RBI opportunity is out there.
Watch him run up in the box. He knew something off speed was coming. I don't know if it was tipped off or he was just guessing, but all for naught as Marquise made the catch.
Couple of hits and a run. Brian Jordan, 3-2-1, liftoff. Dodgers go up 6-2. Jordan's 15th home run of the year, and that was just about it for Kirk Reeder. Meantime, Nomo is rolling along here. He has really become, in Jim Tracy's words, the warrior. Kent didn't like it. Bond steps in to push him away, and the Dodgers win it 7-3. Said Reeder, a very emotional day. Emotional for all of America. Of course it was on our minds, but I went out there with my normal stuff. There was that one to Brian Jordan I wish I had back. So the Los Angeles Dodgers come up with ultimately a very big win. Contact indeed since the 23rd of August. To me, it says next to the strikeouts, 0.
Brad Wilkinson has 27 strikeouts in this time. This guy has 40 strikeouts this year. Preston Wilson had 40 strikeouts in a month. It is absolutely ridiculous what this guy is doing this year. To be this kind of power hitter in this kind of era and not strike out like this is amazing.
And Jose Hernandez has 40 strikeouts in a week and a half. None for Bonds. But again, Soup, let's talk about this series. And I guess what you take out of it when you saw Ishii go down, you see Brown come in and struggle, what Nomo represents.
I thought this was an absolutely huge game for the Dodgers today. If they get swept, they're 2 back, even though they have the Giants for 4 at home next week. All things considered this weekend, they'd have to win 3 out of 4 just to tie. Nomo, as he has done all year long, came up absolutely large. He had the hitters befuddled. Jeff Kent, a couple of fastballs that certainly appeared to be high enough. I mean, that angle you can't tell, but if you'd see that from the low first base angle, that ball is at least across the middle of the knees, which is a strike. Kent doesn't like it because he likes the ball up. And how many times do you see Barry Bonds swinging at pitches out of the strike zone? He's so locked in. Nomo is very deceptive. He's very difficult. You saw Barry also run up in the box to hit a pitch, and he has one of the most deceptive deliveries and assortment of pitches, the changeup and the split finger pitch. You almost have to guess right with him to hit him, and most hitters hit on fastball. It's very straight and doesn't have great velocity. But if he's getting the off-speed stuff over and he's not giving in to the hitters, he is very, very tough. He's gone 12-1 in his last 23 starts. The Dodgers have won 19 of those games. 19-4 the team has gone, and that's exactly why they're contending right now.
I mean, he may not be dynamic. He may not be that strikeout guy, but boy, I mean, there may be fewer who are as dependable as Hideo Nomo in baseball. Let's get some updates. Game's going on.
The Giants for the National League wild card lead. Omar Dahl, the bunt. Denny Stark, great diving catch. He retired 11 straight batters after Dave Roberts' first inning single. A rainstorm dumped 2 inches in 45 minutes, delaying the start of the game 53 minutes. In the third, Sandy Alomar raining on the Dodgers parade. 2-run score, 4-0 Rockies. Same score in the fourth. Paul LaDuca at the plate. Lines it to left center. Ben Petrick says, call 911 because you just got robbed. LaDuca 0 for 4. Dodgers only managed 3 hits. Sean Green accounted for LA's only run. His 42nd home run of the year, but this time, a little bloop shot. Look at Petrick.
This is a fly ball left center field.
You don't care. You don't care if you're his teammate. Get out of his way. He wants to make a play. Green 1 for 4. Rockies D, pretty good all night long. They win 7-1. No one really there to see it. 25,593, smallest crowd in the Rockies' 10-year history. Off the field news, Dodgers rookie pitcher Ishii should make a full recovery from a concussion and skull fracture, but won't pitch again this year. He was hit in the head with a line drive last Sunday against Houston. So, here's what the wild card race looks like. The Dodgers had a 4.5 game lead over the Giants heading to the All-Star break. Since then, the race has been back and forth, back and forth. The Dodgers had the early slump right out of the break, then peaked before the Giants' recent run of success.
If the Angels win, they'll just a moment. Top 2, Brian Jordan, 2-run home run, his 17th. He drove in 4. This is my time of year, he said. Top of the third, Adrian Beltre with a 2-run home run of his own, his 20th. He drove in 3. The Dodgers belted out 20 hits in a 16-3 victory in the rarefied air of Denver. Things got so bad for the Rockies, they let third baseman Todd Zeile pitch the 9th inning. Zeile pitching for the first time in his 14-year career after mostly knuckleballs, never here.
Giants, and Brian Jordan sends it to second. Juan Pierre cannot see it. Darn thing. Lost it in the high sky of Denver. Double for Jordan, then Todd Zeal in the second off Andy Ashby. Watch Marquise Grissom. I quit. Forget it. Zeal, who pitched on Saturday night, gets the double. He tries him up, he tries him down, and yeah. All right, top of three. After Nagel walks Brian Jordan to load the bases, his elbow. We have an issue. He's gone, so Justin Spire is going to have to come in. They're the Rocky available pitchers to go with Spire. He gets Eric Karros with the bases loaded. Forces out Brian Jordan. So Rocks still lead in the fifth, 2-1. Bottom five now, Milk. Zeal, Parmesan. To right. Pretty good hitter for a pitcher. 17th homer of the year, 5-1 Rocks. Dodgers chip away. They're down by 1. Top of 9. Their man, Sean Green at the dish against Jose Jimenez. He didn't quite get it in the sweet spot, but the air is thin. The air is there. The Rockies are winners, 5-4. LA suddenly cold. They've lost 7 of 9. Ashby is winless in 4. Rockies take 3 of 4 in the series this year. They've been a good home team, as they usually are, 44 and 31. All right, Brewers and Diamondbacks.
Hideo 3-1 this season against the Giants, and was to see. Nomo 10-3 with a .769 win percentage against the Giants, second best behind Pedro for active pitchers against San Francisco. This is going to belie the research. Jeff Kent, get out. It's 35th, just like that. The Gents are up 1-0. Next batter, Barry Bonds. We're not going to mess with him. Ball 4, 5 pitches. Bonds, 177th walk of the season, ties the Major League record he set last year. Top third, Rich Aurelio, former thriller, gone. 13th of the season, 54 ribs. It's 3-0 Giants. A couple of batters later, there's BB again, and guess who's going 90 feet down to first? And has a new single-season Major League walk record. 178 walks. Incredible. The bases are chucked. Brian Jordan against Jason Schmidt. Swinging hard and misses. The next one, I'm not sure if he hit the pitch or the pitch hit the bat. All I know is you've got to have the money ball. Dodgers from 3 down to 1 up. 18th homer of the season, 4-3 LA. Jordan, his 6th grand slam, firing up the team. You know, he's a football player, so fall kind of brings that out in him.
I feel you.
Let's get ready to go. Bottom 5, LA up 4-3, Adrian Beltre. High foul ball to right field. Tom Goodwin going to make the catch. Look out for the bite! Doesn't get it. There he goes into the fan. Now look at the fans. They're laughing and pointing at him. There's a lot of fun at the expense. They're mocking him. And it's the 5th inning. There's still fans there in LA, which is tremendous. Look at it. There he goes into the stand. Goodwin seems to take it fairly well. Well, because who's getting $83 a day per diem? Good point. Beltre still batting a couple pitchers later. Opposite field. Goodwin. Not going to get that one either. And that's into the people, but that one counts for a ground rule double. 2-run score, LA up 6-3. Top 7. Giants down. 2 men on. Bonds off Jesse Orozco. Long. He can hit it. His 44th. 2-run homer at 6-5. Eric Karros, well, in the home half, he'll hit it big too. His 12th at 7-5 LA. Everybody bashing it there at Chavez Ravine. Top 9. Giants down 7-6. Aurelio facing the hat. Eric Gagne. Marquise Grissom is going back, and he has got it. That ball had extra innings written all over it. And watch Grissom back above the wall, showing off. 2 outs in the 9th. Bonds coming up. No. That's 4 wide. Next batter, Private Santiago. Out. Dodgers win it. 7-6. The wild card race now. Even Steven, as we say there in the Midwest. Brian Jordan, 2 homers, 8 RBI in his last 2 games against the Gents. Both Dodgers wins. This after Jordan hit a $156 with no homers, 4 RBI in his first 12 games against the Giants this season. 9 of those losses. 3 more nights of this fun to come.
theme, Giants-Dodgers. Rick Sutcliffe advised to pitch to Barry Bonds.
But when you have to pitch to him, he'll be the first to tell you, there's a small box on the outside corner, down and away. He says if you miss by that much, he's going to get you. But if you hit your spots, you're going to get him out.
All right, so Omar Dahl, he's been coached up by Sutcliffe, and then he proceeds to go low and away, low and away. How about low and away? He actually got gutsy here, and on 3-0 threw a strike. Not that Bonds cared, and just like that, we have walk number 180 on the season for Barry Bonds. Second inning, 2-1 San Francisco. Next, Bonds at bat. Paul Lo Duca looking at the dugout. Jim Tracy says, we're not going 4 wide. Low and in, low and away, and then Dahl, whoops, Bonds got me. 30th will run home to score. RBI's 104, 105 for Bonds, and just like that, his team's up 4-1. Let's take a look at the replay and see that Omar Dahl got it up in the zone just a bit too much. For Dahl, 5 hits, 5 runs. He got 5 outs and get out. Bonds was his last batter. Bonds third at bat. Giovanni Carrera, yeah, take your base. 57th multi-walk game for Bonds. Bottom 4, 5 to Adrian Beltre. Off Kirk Reeder and Bonds. Just doesn't get low enough. That's his 8th error of the season, but look at him. He stays with it, gets it. Now got to make a good throw. Rich Aurelia, he's your cutoff man. Throw to third, and we got him just like that. Reeder is psyched. You would be too if you were winless in your last 7 starts and trying to get a win. There you go, Bonds, going back to get it. Not a problem. Good solid defense. We worked on this in spring. We can remember it. Come September, you're out. Still the top 6. Bonds now at the dish. It's Guillermo Mota. How about we walk him in? Third of the game. Bonds, 373 batting average, a 325 walking average. Pretty good. Top 7, 5-4 Giants. Damian Miner at the plate. Berman at the mic.
Lo Duca hustling. Is he okay? That's one of the best foul pop-up catches by a catcher you will ever see.
Paul Lo Duca gives the slide down the steps, just pops up. His mom would yell at him if he was doing that on the carpet, you know. Then you go down.
Oh, yeah. Not
bad at all. No regard for the body or for Hammond, Oklahoma's finest, Damon Miller. You're out. So we go to the 9th. Lo Duca's been moved to first. 5-4 Giants lead. Eric Gagne pitching to Bill Miller. That's strike 3 that gets away from the new catcher. Former driller Chad Kruder. Reggie Sanders scores. The insurance run, Rob Nen. 1-2-3 9th. Love him. San Francisco winner 6-4. Giants back in sole possession of the wild card lead as they clinch the season series with LA for the first time since 1992. Do the math. That's a decade. Dodgers lose for the 8th time in 11 games. More to come.
Let us go to Dodger Stadium right now. Kevin Byrne, the Dodgers pitcher, making just his 3rd career start. Big spot, first time facing Barry Bonds, and of course he walks him. Walk number 183 for Bonds, extending his major league mark. 2 batters later, 2 on for J.T. Snow. You're watching Snow's only hit of the ball game. A ground rule double, and it scores Barry. Snow hitting 247. Giants up on top 1-0. It was 2-0, same inning, bags full for Rich Aurelia. Bat on the ball, but he flies out. So Byrne survives that jam. Bottom 2, 2-0 Giants still. For the Dodgers, Adrian Beltre. Beltre, not scared of heights, off of Russ Ortiz, number 21 on the year for Adrian. 2-1 now, Giants. 2 batters later, Alex Cora, not what you would call a power hitter. Here, fouling off a pitch, right into the dugout, and would hit Beltre in the ankle. Ouch. Shaken, but he could laugh it off. 3 pitches later, Cora back at it. What was I saying about not being a power hitter? Number 4 on the year. You know, Ortiz came in having allowed just 12 homers and 31 starts, and he allows 2 in an inning. We're tied at 2. Jeff Kent now facing Byrne. He's stroking. Kent, 2 for 5. He's hitting 317. That was home run number 36. 3-2 Giants. Byrne facing trouble again. Look who's up. Barry Bonds. So what does Byrne do? Walks him. Bonds 1 for 2 with 3 walks. Running away with the NL batting title. 2 on for Reggie Sanders. On the ground, Beltre going home. Paul Lo Duca runs down. 1 missed chance for the Giants. Would it come back to haunt? Still in the 3rd. Bags full for Russ Ortiz. Byrne strikes him out to end the threat. The former Texas A&M receiver leaves 3 more Giants stranded. Yeah, Byrne used to play football in college. Meanwhile, Byrne intentionally walks Bonds with a man on. 63rd time Bonds has been intentionally walked. Next batter, Benito Santiago, 2 on, 2 out. Santiago, who's appealing his 2-game suspension. And there's Ortiz hitting a solo homer. Yes, the pitcher, second of the year for him. 4-3 Giants, but it's deja vu for Russ. We flash back April 3rd, Ortiz taking Terry Mulholland deep. The first visiting pitcher to hit 2 homers in 1 season at Dodger Stadium. Congratulations, Russ. Back to Wednesday, Jeff Kent, Barry Bonds, good laugh. Everyone's laughing. Giants up 4-3, that's why. Top of the 8th, man on second for Rich Aurelia with 2 out. Looking for space, finds it. That'll bring in Kenny Lofton. Clutch hit with a man in scoring position for the Giants. It's now 5-3 San Francisco. Rob Nen in, a little trouble, a little nerves, but in the end, he gets Eric Karros, and in the end, the Giants escape, and they have a 2-game lead over the Dodgers for the race for the NL wild card spot. The Dodgers have lost 9 of 12. The Giants take that 2-game edge. For Bonds, his 59th multi-walk game of the season, and he leads the majors with a .374 batting. Grab a 3-game lead in the battle for the NL wild card. It's our SportsCenter showcase. Dodgers, what happened to them? Losers of 9 of their last 12. Leon Hernandez going for the Giants 5-8 against LA in his career. Bottom 3 scoreless. Mark Grudzielanek leading off the inning. Grudzielanek opposite way. He had 2 hits in this game. Reggie Sanders gives it a good effort, but can't come up with it. Grudzielanek ends up with a double. We need another look at Sanders' great effort. Reggie had it. Tumbles a bit on his head. That could have been the problem. Grudzielanek aboard at second. After a single by Alex Cora, Odalis Perez, the pitcher up, laying down the bunt. Hernandez can't come up with it. The bases are now full. Hernandez's 3rd error of the year, but just the 5th of his career. Bags full. His name, Dave Roberts. Clutch hit. Grudzielanek would score. Cora scores. It's 2-0 Dodgers. 2 batters later, after a walk to Sean Green, reloads the bases. Brian Jordan is up. Money well spent down the line. Perez scores, Roberts scores, Green comes in to score a 3 RBI double for Jordan. That's why you got the guy. 5-0 Dodgers. Next up, we go over the mountain for Eric Karros. Jordan running with a pitch. Karros the rip. That's fair down the line. Jordan would score on that. Karros ends up with a double. His 580th career extra base hit, passing Steve Garvey for 2nd all-time for the Dodgers. 6-0. Levan Hernandez done after 2 1/3. Odalis Perez 0-2 lifetime against the Dodgers, right? Man on first facing Barry Bonds. Your 3-2 pitch. Oh, what do you know? A walk. Bonds' 10th walk of this series, number 186 on the year. 1st and 2nd, 2 out, Benito Santiago. Giants have left 34 men on base in the first 3 games of this set. Rich Aurelia with a man on first to Adrian Beltre. The 5-4-3 double play. Top 4. 6-0 Dodgers. Bonds up again. They pitch to him with a 6-run lead. And he drops the single. Bonds batting .373 on the season. He is running away with the NL batting crown. Top 5, 6-1 Dodgers. Sean Dunston pinch hitting. So much for that. Top of the 6th. Jeff Kent, the challenge. Right. Top of the 8th, 2 on, 2 out for Rich Aurelia. 0 for 4 in this one, and Odalis is pumped up. 6-3 Dodgers in the 9th, 2 outs, facing Ramon Martinez. Popped up. Beltre will call for it. Perez will get the complete game victory, and what a victory it was, because the Dodgers are now back within a game of the Giants for that NL wild card. Odalis Perez gets his first career win against the Giants. He came into this game, worth repeating, 0-2 in 5 career starts against them. For Perez, his 4th career complete game. All 4 have come this season. AC, biggest game of the year, I bet. Who gets the start? Kevin Brown, he's injured. Andy Ashby, oh, he's injured. Darren Dreifort, he's injured. Kaz Ishii, he's injured. Who do you turn to? None other than a reliever, Giovanni Carrera. And he's got a great name. No score in the first career, getting Gabe Kapler, swinging at the heat. Gabe 0 for 5. Next batter, Jay Payton. Top of the 2nd now. Tied at 1, man on second. Carrera will intentionally walk Juan Uribe to get to your pitcher, Jason Jennings. Jennings up, 2 on, 2 out. That's a rip. You know, he's going to win Rookie of the Year for his pitching, not for his hitting, but that's impressive. Gary Bennett scores, 2 on rocks. Jennings, 11th RBI. Still 2 on in the 3rd. Carrera. Get Payton swinging at what? Todd Zeal. Strikeout. Good outing. Carrera, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks. Dodgers down 1. Men on first and second for Sean Green. Facing Green, gets him a check swing, and it's the dribbler. Uribe charging. right play, nailing Green at first. Pereira can't believe it. Green strands 2. Bottom 8, still 2-1 Rockies. Men on first and third for Mark Grudzielanek. We need a money hit if you're a Dodger fan. And the grounder, it's the throw. Todd Zeile throws him out. Dodgers fail to score again. Bottom 9, still 2-1 Rockies. Man on second for Marquise Grissom. Down the line, Alex Cora would come in to score. We have a tie game. The money hit provided by Marquise Grissom as he's safe at second after an intentional walk of Shawn Green. Brian Jordan is up. Jordan, this is what they traded him, got him for. Rips the single. Jordan 2 for 5, 277. Dodgers win. They are still 3 back of the Giants.
Padres and Giants, Livan Hernandez, 6.
San Francisco's magic number from dwindling to 1. It's 2-0 Padres in the third. Hideo Nomo to Phil Nevin. Nevin's coming home. He's got Grudzielanek at the plate. Still 2-0. Bottom 4 tied at 2. Jake Peavy facing Grudzielanek. Grudzielanek starts working him, getting a piece of everything. An 11-pitch at bat. That's what you need when you're fighting for your postseason line. Grudzielanek ends up with a ground rule double. Picks out one he likes. His 50th RBI. LA up 3-2. Bottom 6. We're tied again at 3. Hideo Nomo only 3 hits all year. Hideo Nomo bringing the big wood. Second career homer. His first since 1998. And Nomo puts the Dodgers up 4-3. Top 7 still 4-3. Gene Kingsale on first. Nomo perhaps a bit greedy. Pass Karros at first. Kingsale goes around to third. Kingsale come home on a double. Nomo leads to a standing O. Went 6, 5 earned, struck out 9 on the night and went yard. Bottom 8, it's 5-4. Dodgers down. Marquise Grissom. Marquise Grissom, 17th, locks it up at 5. Still in the bottom of the 8th. Men on second and third.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is why you can't have a work stoppage. Fans like that. Brian Jordan, the grounder to short. Davy Cruz cannot get the hustling former safety. Dodge up 6-5. Eric Gagne. This man's delight. Coming on to try to close down business. Couple on, 6-5. Gagne getting Cruz. 52nd save. And the Dodgers hang tough. They beat the Padres 6-5.
AL batting race. Manny Ramirez didn't play Thursday.